Greetings from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas in the United States. Hosting the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Look at the beautiful Hoover Dam. About a 30-minute drive from the Strip. Fremont Street, a buzz. But the action tonight is here at the Orleans Arena. The venue for the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. Welcoming the teams into the arena for tonight's draw. Our feature match for you is the United States taking on Japan. First action for both of these teams in this event. They had the afternoon off. Their first match, the evening match, here on a Saturday night in Las Vegas. The crowd is pumped. Let's meet the teams. For Team USA at lead, Phillip Dunker. At second is Colin Huffman. Throwing third stones, the skip, Richard Honan. Throwing fourth stones is Greg Persinger. They face Japan. At lead, Yutaka Aoyama. At second, Ryotaro Shikuya. Throwing third stones, the skip, Masaki Iwai. Throwing fourth stones, Go Aoki. Here's a look at the standings. Canada, China, Korea, Sweden all had a win in the afternoon draw. Italy, Japan, Norway, Scotland, and the USA playing their first game this evening. Germany, the Netherlands, Russia, and Switzerland lost their game this afternoon. But all teams in action after this evening's draw. We'll keep an eye on all of the matches for you. In other action in Session 2, Norway is facing Italy. Our feature match, the USA versus Japan. Canada taking on Scotland, and Sweden faces Switzerland here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. Hans Fraunlaub here, and I'm joined by Ann Swisshelm. Good evening to you, Ann.
Good evening, Hans.
Well, this is an interesting game for both teams. The USA, the home team, against a very inexperienced Japanese team. Should be interesting.
Yeah, there will be a lot of nerves happening out there for both these teams. It's a big night for each team getting started here at the World Championship.
You see Team Canada being honored before the game. Each team gets a welcome, and the Canadians' turn tonight. But yeah, it's a very interesting situation for both of these teams tonight. It's going to be fascinating.
The fourth stones thrower for Team Japan is the youngest athlete in the field, and this is his first international championship. It should be quite the night for this new team from Japan.
What an experience. Your first international competition is a world championship. Japan qualified here through the Pacific Asia Championship. That qualification was by the Morozumi team. That got Japan the place.
Yeah, and then the Japanese Curling Association held its own national championship. And this team, Team Aoki, came away the winner.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great story. And here they are in Las Vegas. And Rich Honan, big day for him as well.
Yeah, it's Rich's birthday today, so we know what he would like for his birthday. It would be a win, and the battle got started right away for these teams in pre-game practice. So as you can see, United States is throwing those red rocks, Japan's throwing the yellow stones. It was an amazing last stone draw for the first game for both these teams. All the rocks are right around the button. Japan, by virtue of a tighter to the center of the rings performance on two stones, they'll have the hammer. That means USA is throwing this first stone.
Phillip Dunker getting us underway.
USA getting right into it with a very tight guard.
If you're new to our sport, stones that sit between the rings and the hog line, which is the line that it has to clear to be in play, that's called the free guard zone. You can move your opponent's stone in the free guard zone, but you can't hit it. Yutaka Aoyama, Japanese lead. Trying to come around the U.S. stone. Pretty good looking shot.
That's a beautiful shot. For your first shot at the World Championship.
Welcome.
Here, go right around this tight guard.
Nerves?
Tuck
What
it,
nerves?
top 4.
Fantastic. Here's Phillip Dunker. Lead for Team USA. From Seattle.
Yeah, he was born in Canada, but he has been in the United States for quite a long time.
Trying to follow that stone down. Wants to sit right in front of it. Pretty good looking shot here as well. Well, if we got 10 ends of game like this, it's going to be a very entertaining evening. Nice shooting by both teams.
Yeah, we've got we've got every stone in play so far, so this would be a pretty fun night.
Yeah, we like it. Lots in play means entertainment. Aoyama looking on.
So this just a hair heavy is what this looks like. I mean, the guys have not laid a brush to it the entire time down the ice. So it's going to slip right into the back 12 foot there. That's just a difference of a couple of feet, and then it just doesn't have the line they're looking for.
All the rocks right on that center line. Rowan looking to play another stone into the pile, going to try and freeze on top of his own shot. Colin Huffman. First World Championship rather for Colin.
Yeah, it's his first World Championship. He's been playing at a really high level for a long time, though. Colin's an outstanding player from Fairbanks, Alaska originally, and then moved to Seattle, and now lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
It's covering some ground, isn't it?
It's a big place, the United States. It's a big place.
Maybe a foot lighter than they would have liked, but they do cover the path to their own stone. Japan does have last rock advantage here in the first end. The yellow stone belongs to Japan.
Yeah, so they're choosing to play a run back here. Have Ryotaro Shikuya try and change up the angles and the control at the front of the house.
Well, that's pretty good. Runs the stone back, leaves his own stone guarding the shot rock, pushes the American stone out to the edge of the 12-foot circle. Have another look at it. Gets a bit of action. American stone springs to the side but stays on the rings. Huffman now. Looks like Rohan wants to make another run back play. Overcurls slightly and blows it past the Japanese stone. So.
Yeah, this is an opportunity now for Japan to really put the pressure on USA. Remember, Japan has that last stone advantage, and they're sitting 1-2 in the rings.
A great situation for Japan. They can walk another one around the guard here.
So Shikuya gets the touch shot after the run back.
Yeah, this is why you practice. Throw a hard one and dial it back. Now they buy the guard, though. Just going to rub it. Good weight, just a fraction tight. Sits in front of the shot rock, protecting it.
And now we'll get a look at USA's lineup. So their skip throws third stones. So Greg Persinger, who throws the 4 stones, is actually the vice skip in this situation.
He's holding the target brush for Rich Rohonen. There's Rich Rohonen. Runs it back, stuffs it though, leaves the Japanese stone behind the guards.
Needed to curl a little.
Wasn't far away.
Yeah, it was close. But those run backs are kind of all or nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
There weren't many other options there for USA, so you know, good news for USA in this situation. You can see they've got control in front of the rings. I know Japan's got 2 rocks in there. Those run backs are pretty short. They're only 4 feet worth of run backs. You know, it would be strange if a team would miss 3 of those in a row.
Red stones belong to the USA. Masaki Iwai. Right-hander.
So he throws third stones, but he's the skip.
Looking to get behind cover. Sweeping it for distance now to get a little extra curl. Here's the rules of play. We're playing 10 ends, but 6 ends at a minimum. Each team has 38 minutes of thinking time, and each team has 1 60-second time.
Okay. You're going to be top 4 in this.
Like that?
Yeah,
Agreed.
we can also just nut it.
Try to nut it. Just roll a little even is good.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's a hole there, right? So.
Do you guys like the straight nut?
mind it.
Or do you like the other one?
I think this
Stick
is-
it over there. I like that.
This is your preference.
You open it up. Stick it there and open it up.
Either one of those. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna stick it on the one on my side?
Yes.
I think that's the best.
I think that's the best shot.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Bit of discussion there,
It's like a thick half.
Yeah, and
2/3 probably.
Phil Dunker, the lead on the right, is a very good tactician. He's a great support to have in the front end, just reassuring his skip, Rich Rahonen, the options that they've got.
Trying to run back. They wanted to stuff it on top of that one, just a little bit across the top. Improves the situation slightly. It opens up the shot rock, and there's 2 American stones sitting on the wings. So Japan has to be a bit careful now. 2 red stones. The yellow stone belongs to Japan. They're line 1. Question will be if they're line 2.
Yeah, it's who shot in the back of the rings. Is it Japan or is it USA on the side of the rings there on the right?
Japan line 1 for sure. That was a great look at it. We've got the yellow stone on the button. And it's a question now if they're rolling the second shot. It doesn't matter. Iwai is going to be trying to come around the center guard. He'd like to be sitting top 4 foot, probably half behind cover would be ideal.
Yeah, and he had a little bit of a wobble in that delivery, which can translate to the amount of weight. You can make a little bit of a correction where you overthrow it, or it can take weight off and you end up softening the rotation.
Gotta get by the guard. They're by the guard. Nice shot. Beauty.
That is a beauty. Now USA is in it.
Japan lying at least 2.
Normal.
Already played the double the back one.
And Japan has last rock in this end. There is a stone at the back of the 12 foot. Might be third shot, but the shot stone
Take us roll.
is on the button. Second shot in front of the 4 foot.
So if it hangs, we'll just go for the
Double. Yeah, agreed. So
Like that?
Third
9.5.
person will say.
Yep.
A couple of options here. Hit and roll to the inside behind the pile, or a little bit on the other side of it. You can make a double takeout on the stone in the back of the rings.
Yeah, I guess it's always good to know what your plan B is. I think the either-or shot right when you're getting in the hack is mentally tough. I think making a single shot is probably where your mental focus. So for Greg Persinger, his first rock here at the World Championship.
Really working this one. Tight to the center guard, just past it. Raises the shot rock, spills out of the rings himself. And there's a look at it. Japan is definitely lying
Just
2.
went to go put the turn on it and didn't do it very well.
Yeah, and just rolled that a little bit. Greg's disappointed in himself.
So this young Japanese team, or this young new to international curling Japanese
Yeah.
team, great opportunity here in the first end. And We get our first look at their fourth rock thrower.
Yeah, what a dream situation for this young man if you were to script this end for him and say you're going to have a wide open draw to the wings for your first rock at the World Championship.
You take it, wouldn't you?
Sign up for that deal.
Go Aoki, 18 years of age. His first international curling shot.
This really is an epic moment. I just, you know, no matter what happens with this rock and the outcome, that this is where he gets his first rock.
He's going to slide deep, maybe out of the rings.
Oh, and just a little heavy. Those fast spots coming off the center line, those quickest spots on the sheet.
Reassurance from his teammates there.
Yeah.
Japan's still lying 2.
A lot of adrenaline in those moments.
No kidding.
Not the easiest freeze. And if it ain't the freeze, he still has a draw for 2.
I think that's the way to go.
Right?
So he's always getting 2.
So,
Unless you like that.
the only
But
way we
boy.
can hold him to best in 2 is we have to run. It's his call.
And USA
You guys like that?
You guys like this?
What do you do?
conceding the 2 here.
I don't do.
Pretty much damage control now for Team USA.
So it's early in the game.
Yeah.
Greg.
Yep. I support this 100%. Let's do it. Yep.
Yeah, so with this, USA electing to hit and roll out,
8.5.
take the stone from the back of the rings.
8.5. Yep.
Yep. Yep. All the way,
Yep.
Colin. All the way, Colin.
That's
Throw.
good. All right, Greg.
Makes the hit. Just rolls out of the rings, but it will be a
Nice
draw
shot.
for 2. Go Aoki.
We
And
had to.
Yeah.
let's see if Japan can make the adjustment. Aoki.
Yeah,
Through
no,
the
this
rings
is,
on his first one.
yeah, no, this is a very different spot on the ice. The outside in versus the inside out can be pretty different speeds. It's still, he's got a relatively large target down there, right? You know, he's
Surprised he's not trying the same shot?
no, I think you want to draw to the fat part of the rings, and we're going to get our first look at the speed of the ice.
Time clock between the hog lines. Players can use stopwatches. That's totally legal.
And the sweepers are on and off, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, pretty reassuring. 13.7 on the split there, and this stone just needs full 12 foot. Eases into the top of the 4 foot, so Japan, what a great start for them. Last rock in the first end, then they cash in their pair. Japan scoring 2 after 1 end of play. It's Japan 2. USA no score.
ちょっと早いかなってイメージより。ミス。ドラマミスじゃないですあれは。何ですか？飽きすぎ。いやクリーンあれクリーン。あれは早すぎるだけだから。とりあえずドローシーは悪くない。なんかねそんなの重いね。極力打っていって。オッケー。予想以上に滑る。まさかの時間ありそう。
USA with last rock advantage in the second end.
37ぐらいかな。ちょっと38ぐらい。いやでも止まりそうですね。
Utaka Ayama gets us underway. Japanese lead player. Saturday night in Vegas, Ann.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Saturday night for Japan, starting out taking 2 with the hammer in that opening end.
Great start. USA has last rock here in the second. Let's see if they can answer back. Well,
The guy just walked in front of me.
You got to get out of the way. Thanks.
okay, a little balk there. You can stop your delivery before the near tee line and reset and start again. And Phillip was just saying he was distracted by one of the players on the opponent.
Well, it wasn't just distracted. The Japanese player was walking across the center of the ice while Phil was throwing. So that's a pretty athletic move to be able to pull a rock back.
Great save.
Greg,
Gotta go.
3 right now.
Greg, got to go, Greg.
Gotta go.
Got to go, Greg.
Persinger on the inside trying to hold the line
Gotta go
straight.
hard. Hard. Get a little rub off. Get a little rub
Sorry,
off.
guys.
No worries, buddy. It's all right.
Small bump there, 2 center guards.
Oh,
Phillip Dunker, he of the athletic moves. Oyama.
まだ
Keep it in front of the tee line, but this one is going to slide just past it. Slides to the back of the button, back of the forefoot. And look at the Japanese bench, and here's Coach J.D. Lind looking on. Done a very nice job with the Japanese curling program, working with both the men's and the women's international representatives.
Line's good. Line's pretty good right now. Stay close, Colin. Yep.
Line only.
Okay, well then, whoa.
6.
Close, yep. Yes.
you've got room.
Gotta go.
USA trying to sit in front of the Japanese stone behind cover.
Nice shot.
Another good-looking stone. Very nice.
13-8.
Straddling that tee line. And you see Coach Phil Dropnik. Went for the binoculars and switched to the stopwatch. The coach's job is always busy.
So
Calling the sweep immediately. A little bit of an inside slide there by the looks of things.
tactically, the Japan realizing that they've got the lead in the scoreboard. They're going to get rid of all the cover in front of the rings.
Yeah, good play.
Really wise choices early for this new team.
Take a look at that Canada-Scotland game. Eagerly anticipated, 2 of the pre-tournament favorites. Canada coming off a tight win this afternoon against Russia. Canadian skip Brad Gushu. Showing a draw.
I didn't think it was that much less. The same week. Yeah, I thought it was very similar. Just behind team.
A lot of Canadians have made the trip to Las Vegas to support this team.
Team. Greg, if you need to.
Tries to keep it in the rings, uses his own stone for backing. No problem there. 2 points for the Canadians, and they jump out to a 2-0 lead.
And USA taking advantage of that great draw with their second rock to put the pressure on, maybe keep the 2 simple.
Thought it might dig a bit as we got out to the
They
side.
just choose to draw to the wings. That rock slips a little behind the tee line. And
Big weight from Chikuya, trying to hit the inside of this stone and jump it towards the other American rock. It's got one, just goes behind the other American stone, loses his own on the way past. So nice chance now for Team USA to split the house and set up a pair.
yeah, now there's nothing simpler than splitting the house to try and generate your 2. The challenge is that this is very early in the end, and you are going to have to be
Yeah.
pretty perfect with every rock from here on out to execute your score of 2. But the setup is there for USA.
T-line.
Gotta go.
Yeah, gotta
Old
go.
school Ken Watson curling
Gotta go,
here,
boys,
split the
gotta
house
go.
to try and score a pair.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Huffman maybe a little bit light with this one, though. Look out the rings, but they'd love it all the way parallel to the other stone to avoid setting up a long double takeout. Lots of separation between the stones, but the angles, chance for the Japanese to roll across the house and close it up a bit.
You threw 2,500.
It's a long double, though, 10 feet. Good look at the release. The light shines green. It's a legal release. Big weight again. Trying to go cross house. There's one. Creeping, 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 nudging. And did it push it off the rings?
You know, it doesn't even matter if it does or not. It's so
shot.
close over there. It's an outstanding shot. This is a great look. You can see it. Now, the other sweeper should be calling the
jump
sweep.
that thing. Sweep it, sweep it, sweep it. Now you're trying to carry it further sideways to keep the momentum going. Yeah, what a great shot.
Yeah, and the reason why it doesn't matter if they make the double is because this hit for USA to navigate that to sit 2 sets up an even easier double for Japan on the next shot.
Arturo Honen
Whoa, whoa. Whoa,
trying
whoa.
to make that delicate move.
Whoa. Never, 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 never.
No sweeping.
Never.
A little bit full, perhaps. A little outside roll. If it makes contact with the sideboards, it's out of play, but it hasn't, so it's still in play. Now the decision for Japan, is that stone on the rings or not? If it's off the rings, you probably don't play a takeout at it. But from the brush position, and it looks like they're definitely making a play on that stone.
Yeah, if it's even close, they're gonna make sure. Again, that 2-point lead looming over this team and all its choices, really showing wisdom far beyond their international experience.
Masaki Iwai trying to pick off the American stone, just maybe biting the rings. Gonna hit the other stone first, though, so it survives. Now the officials do have a 6-foot measure, but they can't check it until the end is complete.
185.
Yeah,
So
for
sometimes even if the stone looks visually like it's off the rings, they'll bring, they call it the biter measure, onto the ice.
Yeah, and it's as important for USA to be clear that that rock's on the rings, because you don't want to be forced to a single point here when you've got that last stone advantage.
Absolutely.
No, no, don't even look at it.
8.
No.
Maybe 9. You got
13-3.
The stone is moving. It's certainly past the tee line. Will it stay in the rings? No, it will not. It slides through the rings.
no worries, buddy.
Pace in the ice fooling both of these teams early in. Lots of
Yeah.
glide. Lots of glide.
Yeah, and getting settled in to the environment. It's for both of these teams. This is a new experience for both of these teams. So a lot of action and rotation off this. They saw it curl so hard the last time.
Well, it's definitely off the rings now, but the Japanese lose the shooter. Wide open house. And now your mindset probably shifts to blank if you're Team USA. Yeah? Aoki. He's getting a bit of feedback from his teammates.
Yeah, it's always good. Like, how did I throw it? What? And not to carry any baggage, but just to learn from the spot to make sure when you're in that spot a second time that you know how to manage it.
Yep. Always good to know if you have to go back into a spot again, what happened the first time.
Should be in front of the no. Yeah, he's just behind the tee. He's setting anyway.
Hey, good shot.
USA
Greg.
just taking the opportunity to throw a wide open draw. Their skip executes that great. Manages that spot that bit their skip
I didn't think I had it at all.
a little bit.
There's another rock down
Go
there.
Aoki,
Oh, yes! Whoa, whoa,
18 years of age.
whoa, whoa. Got it.
Wants to stick around.
Yes.
Stays in the rings. Let's sneak a look at Canada, Scotland. Bruce Mowat, another young curler with massive potential. Skip for Scotland.
And Bruce has an open draw.
Yep, they're lying 1, so this is a draw for 2, we believe.
Well, I'm pretty confident that it is. He'd probably hit the wide open ring in the rocks. I mean, the wide open rock in the rings.
USA hits and rolls out for their blank. We'll watch the end of this stone for the Scottish result. And it is a 2-point end for Scotland. So they tie that one up at 2-2. USA blank the end. They'll keep last rock into the third in our match. After 2, it's Japan 2, USA no score.
No, I was tight. No, I was
yelled
tight.
right away.
He did. I was tight.
Yeah.
If you guys can both go, you would have got it to the.
Oh, we
12th
would've got it there.
There you go. I was just tight.
No, you were in the ring.
I got to give it to you guys.
No worries, buddy. Let's go. Your side.
Japan 2, USA no score. We're in the third end. US has the hammer here in the third. Last rock advantage. We're in Las Vegas, the Orleans Arena, the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. Oh, it's round 11. I'm here with Ann Swisshelm. And it's a good chance for the Americans there. They had a little something going in the end number 2, but it turned around, and they're going to reset and try again here in the third.
Yeah, the reality for Team USA is that their back end's missing a couple of shots right now. And if they settle in and it's early in the game and some good rock placement out of their front end,
Yep,
Gotta go, guys. You gotta go. Keep
Well,
going.
Gotta go, gotta go, gotta
set
go, gotta
set them up to take a couple of points.
Has to get all the way across that
Well, there's
black
our one guard.
hog line to be in play. Great brushing there by Team USA. Gets it in play.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of rock placement that USA needs. USA needs that rock much closer to that 361 logo versus the Ford logo out there on the ice. That kind of depth of field really makes a difference in how you're able to generate your offense.
The longer the guard, the more difficult it is to hide behind it, get protection.
乗らい5 4 5だよ4いや5 6 5
Yes, yes, yes.
6 7よっ奥でいいわ奥でいいわ OK
Two stones in the rings for Japan.
Yeah, and this is great scoreboard management. They're winning. They're up in the scoreboard. They want the rocks in the rings.
Great result. The basic strategy of curling, if you're brand new to our sport, if you've got last rock, you want to score 2 or more. If you don't have last rock, you basically want to make your opponent not score 2.
Yeah, and statistically, they track everything. So that's called your hammer efficiency. How good are you as a team at using your hammer? And that means scoring 2 or more. And, you know, Japan's hammer efficiency this game is 100%.
1 opportunity, 1 conversion. Absolutely right. Urutara Shikuya.
And they just hit a little on the outside. So the outside part towards the boards and roll out.
Let's take a look in at Sweden, Switzerland. 2-time world champion and Olympic silver medalist Nicholas Edin from Sweden. One of the real pre-tournament favorites here. Like the Canadians, had a very tough game this afternoon against Germany. Pulled it out, got the win, but had to really work for it. No mistake there from Edin. It's 2 points for Sweden, and they go out to a 2-0 lead.
Keep going. We need it. Yep.
Freeze attempt here for Team USA. Fractionally over curls, but very nice weight.
Yeah, and those 2 guys for USA are really good sweepers. They are really good sweepers. They'll help make a lot of shots. And now Japan, they're going to look to remove both those rocks. Oh, actually, they're going to move all 3. And now we get a look at that long corner guard. Now, USA's got a couple of options. They can choose to put another corner guard up and double stack them.
You like that?
And I think.
Guard, be honest, Colin. My guard's too high.
Try that. We get over Barry.
I like that too.
Okay.
Try it once.
Okay, so we're going in. Okay. Give us that 90.
A couple of options there. You could get to the rings and get behind cover. You have to stay really high in the house, though.
Yeah, and this is a moment. It's really early in this end. There's a lot of rocks left. This is still front end rocks. I think you could be a little more patient and set up a real good guard underneath the long guard, force Japan to make a choice, a double peel, really up the level of difficulty for Japan.
Line's really good.
The ante. Sorry.
Oh, the gambling references while in Vegas are absolutely appropriate.
Far to the goal. Good shot, Colin. Throw.
Very nice shot there by Colin Huffman.
And now we're going to get a chance to see what this ice really can do.
You can see that long guard, even though Huffman had perfect weight.
I don't think you could have put that rock in the better spot.
Maybe a quarter of it available on the outturn side, but the position of the Japanese brush, it's interesting. I'm not sure if they're making a play on the shot rock or if they're going to try and clear the guard with that.
They're going for the shot rock. They're going with maybe a little bit of control or board weight, kind of a softer weight, try to play to the curl of the ice.
It's going to have to come very near to that corner guard. One of these situations when you get in the hack and it doesn't look quite as good.
Yeah, now they've got some doubt. So for you young skips out there at home, definitely go back down the ice. If you are talking about a completely different shot, go back down, reset yourself, run your whole process again.
Pretty sure Masaki got into the hack and said, I can't see as much of that one as I think I could see when I left the home end. Japanese bench looking on. Let's see how good that stone of Huffman's was. It's right behind that guard, a long guard, but it's in a really awkward spot for Japan.
It's visually really challenging. You can see that. And this is where I think an experienced team would know that there's plenty of room around that long guard. So.
Question about the weight. flat out, draw weight, just corner freeze it, or you're trying to move it. The danger can come when you step your weight up. It's going to track a little straighter. The harder you throw it, the straighter it goes. This one's got some curling to do. It's miles by the guard. I think it's going to blow right by. Yes, it does.
Now, this is a fairly familiar setup for USA. Their skip,
You like the split?
Rich Rahonen, had this exact shot in the last end. He threw a little bit heavy. It's the same turn. It's going the other direction. So a chance for redemption here for
So we're looking at
USA.
85. You can get an 85 there.
Easily 85, easy there. Your tolerance is 4-0.
Just wondering if Huffman's shot barreling so
He
nicely.
threw it 0-3.
If he wouldn't have thought of throwing another one around there.
That would only come if there's another miss. I mean, I think to secure your two, you know, leave an open shot. You know Japan's going to have to hit the open rock. This builds towards hammer efficiency.
T guys. T guys.
Trying to split the rings.
Come on, gotta go now. You gotta go. Go, push. As far as it'll go. Push. Push, go.
Keep going. You gotta go.
All right, good sweep,
Nice
boys.
brushing there by Huffman and Tilke, dragging it almost parallel.
I'm surprised that moved that much.
They didn't need to switch on that either.
He's running out of rings there.
Nope. Who told him to switch?
I didn't. They talked to it themselves. So I'm like, hey, don't switch too early.
So the switching, which side, which sweeper is closest, and which way the rock is turning, you can affect the direction of a stone. You can hold it straighter, you can make it curl a little bit more, and real big sweepers like Tilker and Huffman definitely can affect the trajectory. And now Japan's in that situation where they really have to concede the two after that last miss. All things being equal.
Like that with 10 and a half, 10.
So, but as the rock climbs the rings, Japan will have a chance to throw a double takeout on their next one.
Yep. I'm going to err on the side of a little bit more.
Sounds good.
It's be pretty fun. We can roll. We
I
got
like the
lots of
stick.
Want to stick right there if we can.
Yes, sir.
He says you want to stick it right there, wants to hit it right on the nose.
Close. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Colin.
Yep.
Trying to sweep for a little bit of curl now.
Go, Colin, go!
Want to keep it on the rings, it does. Nice shot.
All right, that's good.
I didn't hear your time, and I'm sure it was close.
Was it?
I bet it was close.
It was close.
Yeah. It didn't hit big.
I just threw it a little straight.
So with that slight rollout, you can see how flat it's still sitting, that angle for the double. Aoki is going to look just to roll as close as he can to the other side, I'd imagine.
If you can close this up by about half the house, you'd be doing pretty well. You can roll it to the center somewhere. Not laying a brush to it yet. Right on the nose. Now do you think about going around something? Think about three.
Yeah, I think you go to the that same opposite side, because the only way you get rid of your two is an awkward shot underneath that corner guard on the left, that high rock in front of the rings. So you want to go to that other side, keep the separation between the red rocks, the USA rocks, and the rings.
Greg Persinger.
75.
Take a look at the split time on this. We had about 13.8 on
Line's
the
good.
draw earlier in the game.
Lots of line right now.
Came to about T-line, so
We don't have to. We're already 7.
we're on the interval here.
Stay close, though. Stay with it, Colin. Nope, it's Phil.
Right in
It's
that
Phil.
13.8 range.
We're just past T.
Okay.
It's gonna be you.
Go, go, go.
Yep. Can't
Go,
hurt
way
you.
back.
Up
Can't
the
hurt
high
you. Go,
corner
way back,
behind
way
that
back,
Japanese
way
rock.
back.
That's good.
That's really good.
Really nice, buddy.
US lies two. Good shot.
Good throw, bud.
Now a big decision for Japan. Hit the open stone, or you can get brave and you can try to freeze the stone just thrown by Persinger. That brings 3 into play.
So you can see the USA's tucked half that rock underneath. It's a visual challenge. They've talked about running a rock.
まあミスミス2点だけどね。それで達成するなら。だったらこっちに気づくけど。
Japan could draw in front of the stone just thrown by Persinger. They might take the U.S. out at the end, but the slightest error, the U.S. would have a chance for 3. That would be huge.
Yeah, but a well-executed shot by Japan here can force USA to 1.
Absolutely. Huge shot here.
無理して行き過ぎちゃって気持ち。斜めならいいけど。
ウェイター早いよ。ウェイター早いよ。マシャイよ。ウェイターマシャイよ。
7、8、ちょっとある。
ウェイターマシャイよ。アップでアップ。
待てる待てる。
浜丸。
Afford to sit in front of the American stone. They cannot afford to go past it.
Line looks pretty good. They're going to run into it for sure.
Pushing that American stone into 4th shot position as well. So that's a pretty good result for Japan.
That's a great shot.
There's Bill Aoki. Cool under fire. Wouldn't think it's his first international event, would you? Just another day.
We need jets here, right?
Looks like Japan is even lying in shot rock position. Just. Still a possible 2 here for Team USA. They only have to move the Japanese stone a fraction.
3 feet more weight, anywhere in there.
And they will count 2 and tie this game up. So last stone on its way for Greg Persinger.
Well then. Where are we?
10.
Whoa. Whoa,
Back in,
then.
back
No.
12.
No.
It's 10.
Stay with it now. Stay with it, both of you. Getting better.
Who? 10.
Yep, Colin. You're okay. Just stay with it, Colin. Yep, that
They
one.
like the line. It's got plenty of weight.
Hit it.
And it looks like a pair for the USA. Nice shot by Persinger. 2 points for the US, and they've tied this game up. Good control there by Greg Persinger. After 3 ends of play, they tied at 2.
Get in, guys. Get in.
Hey, way to stick with it.
Hey, now we're all right.
It's not always easy to get these. 頑張ったのも良かったかな。
いやいやいや、あれでよかったと思うよ。結局成功してるしね。
打つなら打つではっきりした方がよかった。
前切れ OK で。まあまあ気をつけてこう。
ボーのショットあった。
状況見て。
木だったねあれね。めちゃくちゃ早かったよあれ。バカみたいなのなかった。
体が切れすぎて。切れすぎてたそこ。
まあそれまあ偶数だからまあせめて1。
狙いつつだね。
狙いつつまあ
だろう打ってきたらブランケでもいいけど。
それもいいかな。ちょっと疲れた。
早すぎる。
いいよいいよいいよ。いいよいいよ。大丈夫。
とりあえずハーフまでに少しリードはもらいたいね。
そうだね。この点稼ぐといいですね。
2取って1やってからブランケでもいいけどね。
しかね。
最高です。
まあブランクで次1点取っても2点取ってもいいしね。
ウェイトはだいぶ分かってるけどね。そのウェイトが出ないんだよね。
タイムは分かったってことですね。
タイムは分かってるんだけど体が合ってないんだよ。
文字的な問題。
Phillip Dunker gets us underway in the 4th. Here from Las Vegas, in the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. We're all tied at 2. First game of the tournament for both of these teams, Team USA and Team Japan. Center guard thrown up by the States.
Yeah, they're sticking with their game plan. That's how they opened the game when they didn't have Hammer in that first end. Remember, that went quite well for Japan, and Japan is tackling the situation the same exact way. Coming around that center guard, looking to sit top 4. And remember, Aoyama made that beautiful opening draw. Half in the top 4, absolutely undercover. He's looking to do it again right here. They just don't have the line. It's sitting a little wide. They're sweeping for curl, but
It's behind cover, but it does go behind the T-line. It's the black line that goes right through the middle of the rings, left to right as we're looking at it. Call that the T-line.
Wide's a lot better.
5,
Line's good.
5,
Right.
6. We're close.
Whoop.
Close,
Wait for it.
Close. Easy,
Hey.
easy for a second.
Line pretty good. Gotta go. Colin probably
Colin's
here.
now.
Colin now. Should be perfect. 14. 14. I think we locked it out.
Don't need it.
Sit.
Glides to the Japanese
Good
stone,
shot.
just
Sorry,
nudges
guys.
it, sits.
Sorry.
Corner frozen.
Good shot,
We
Phil.
cleaned it too much.
Yeah, we stretched it a bit early. We did that really well. I don't mind where it.
さっき何ぼだった ?8 だね。
Aoyama will play follow the leader. Try to duplicate that shot just thrown by Tilker.
yeah, and the sweepers are on that hard right away. You can see the switching that's happening. So the switching there, they're trying to, they need it for distance, but they also want to make it curl a little bit.
Three stones stacked up now.
We can
On
know it's
angles.
tap on the inside of here.
I think we just see if we can tap it just a touch.
Okay, like back line or?
No, just like back 4.
Okay,
We just want to move this one a couple inches on the inside.
sounds good.
This end looking very mixed
Because
double-ish.
it's located.
Yeah, where the rocks are preset in front of the house and in the back of the forefoot.
Yep.
And everyone's drawing to everything. Now it's Colin Huffman's turn. Try and draw into that forefoot. They'd like to tap a little bit. So basically the same weight that's been being thrown. They
I
should
don't
know
think
the
so, boys.
line.
It's not moving yet. Stay close. Get
Trying to
better.
reposition the stones a fraction, just unlock the stones a
got
bit.
it, girl.
Yeah, the angles are in USA's favor the way they sit now.
It's coming. Whoa,
Whoa.
up for a second.
Whoa. Whoa.
It just hits a
Okay, that's
little
good.
on the
That's good,
outside,
Colin.
but
Good throw, Colin.
still pretty good. You can see how those stones are set to USA's benefit.
The stone is really controlling the front of the button. Let's look in again at this tight match between Canada and Scotland.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. I don't mind tightening up an inch if you like it.
Canadian skip Brad Gushu.
What's that? A little deeper than mine. Mine's growing nice in there. It's real good.
It's a delicate shot. He's going to have to navigate around his own stone in the front of the rings to try and get to that Scottish
It's
rock.
good.
Clean. Yep. Sweet's good. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Hard. Yes.
Clean.
Yes. Hard.
Hard. Hard.
Oh, what fantastic brushing by the Canadian front end to hold the line for that one. 2 points for Canada. They go up 4-2. So close to feathering that top shot.
Yep.
And this end is looking even more mixed double-ish.
20 to 30 out of you, I think.
You're right.
What a great freeze by the Japanese right on top of the stone just delivered by Huffman. Your turn, Colin.
So just needing a little bit less weight than he
Always
last
Phil
through.
here. Phil, hit it a little.
Hard actually, hard.
Hit it a little.
These are the kind of ends where
Yeah.
you
Cross and drop.
score
Crosby.
ones or you score fours.
No, keep going. Little
Lots
bit.
of rocks
Go,
accumulating
go,
here.
Go, 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 go.
These are going to be in favor
Go,
of
go, go.
the
Okay.
guard
That's
stone.
good. Good shot.
defending the pile.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's look at Norway, Italy. 2 Norwegian stones in the rings. Last stone for the Italian 4th stone, Amos Mosaner. This Italian team competed at the recent Winter Olympics. Facing 2. Hard work there by the Italian brushers. It's a long week, fellas. You've got 12 games to play.
At a minimum.
At a minimum. Nicely done, bringing it into the 8-foot, a single point for the Italians with Norway. Stefan Wallstad representing Norway at this competition, leading it 2-1.
So the situation pretty much the same. Lots of rocks bunched into the 4-foot. USA looking for another guard out in front of the rings.
Whoa, line's fine. Whoa, line's fine. Whoa, gonna open it up anything. Whoa,
USA are lying in shot rock position.
I'd like to be up.
Sit.
Question for them is going to be, how can they get 2?
Okay.
With that rock sliding so close, Japan's got a chance for a pretty simple double peel now.
90? I'm 97.
Japan is going to have to open up access to the button area. Japan does have the hammer here. Americans quite content to guard.
As long as we guard the left side of yellow.
Same spot is fine.
Yeah, the way those stones are stacked in the center, Japan needs a couple of shots to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And even with that really nice freeze on the top of the 4-foot, the angles are not
awesome.
ideal for Japan. It's possible, but before they even think about those stones in the 4-foot, they need to clear the front of the house.
Masaki Iwai throwing the heat, trying to move 2 center guards if he can, but he's just going to move 1.
And that was very similar with that up weight he threw in the second end. Remember, he hit the boards and over curled. That up weight, that counterclockwise rotation, just kind of turning it in a little bit, losing a little bit of control.
I curled a ton, but I got 10 feet less, right? So
And
I think that line was okay.
I think the line's really good, yeah.
huge opportunity here for USA to put a better guard up, make that double peel really tough.
Richard Honan, which is an attorney, which is a handy thing to have on your team in Las Vegas, I'd imagine.
Let's hope that doesn't come into play
Line's perfect.
Right off. You're right off.
for this team.
It's like more than that.
It's the same as the last one. Same as the last one.
Sit.
That's easier now.
What'd you guys get?
Stone slides a little deeper than they would have liked, but it does protect the stones in the rings and makes it an easier double clear, though, for the Japanese. Let's look in against Sweden and Switzerland. Tons of rocks in play here. Tough shot from Mark Pfister of
Well,
Switzerland.
they got it.
Guard, yes.
Just trying to gently nudge the Swedish stone off of the button. Oh, what a nice shot by Pfister. Switzerland scoring a single point, but nice touch there. Japan trying to remove these center guards. Kills them both this time.
Yeah, second time's the charm there.
Japan starting to run out of bullets. We've got 2 to come. USA stone, the red stone right on the button. Wedged in.
Right there. Same ice?
Yeah, something like that. I like a 10. You like a 10?
I like a 10.
Split center?
You think mine's going to curl that much?
I wouldn't mind taking a couple inches less.
I like less.
I get a little less.
Let me get
Less.
So it's Persinger's turn to
Go ahead. 93.
put the guard up.
Whoa, then.
Big month of curling for the Persinger household.
Fine.
Yeah, his cousin Vicky played on the U.S.
It's just
women's
close.
team who was at the World Championship in North Bay.
What do you want me to do?
They finished 4th.
Alaska curling represent.
Sorry, guys.
Comes a little deep into the 8-foot. They wanted to split the center line, but gives Japan a couple of options now. They can make the run, they could tap their own. They're looking on.
I mean, that's 15 feet too much weight there for USA. So it looks like Japan's trying to pick this stone.
Yeah, it's hard to say if they're going to try and make a play on the red or just try to tap their own yellow and just wiggle them around a little bit.
I'm pretty sure they gestured to the pick, and he just Hawaii just swept the house to clean the path.
We're going to know in a minute.
So
Tough shot.
yeah, he's basically got to hit the inch he can see. And it's
Can't even hit an inch. Big rotation. Clips his own. Does get some separation, but things setting up now pretty well for Team USA. Japan with the hammer, but a great chance for the Americans to force and maybe steal now. Hoping to clip that redstone just thin, but it over curls. Clips his own. Not sure the shot was there, to be honest.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think that was one of those. I would love to have seen it executed just to see if it was possible. It wasn't 100%.
Hit a millimeter and hit it sideways, 90 degrees. Tough shot.
I mean, he's throwing it pretty hard, so.
Yeah.
More. We could be a foot over. We're still good.
Regarding path.
Yes.
So this rock really anywhere good, and I think Japan has to concede or the one, because now USA is covering the pin.
That's nice, buddy.
2. Line's good.
3. Line only. Wait till there. We're just 3, I think. Not a lot of handle, though.
Just dust. Line's okay.
Guard shot by Persinger.
Line's okay. Just dust. Little bit. Whoa.
Very good.
Whoa.
Nice.
Better weight there.
Great throw, Greg.
Nice guard.
Nice throw.
There might be a little bit of the pin available. I don't know.
I think you try it.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
Only shot that Japan has is an in-turn draw. Will have to get all the way to the pin to make this shot. Is going to have to come really close to that American stone in the front white 8-foot circle. And needless to say, it's going to have to have perfect weight. Go Aoki, trying to draw the pin.
And they have no line on that.
Already over curling, so the Japanese players backing off. It will be a steal for Team USA. This stone comes to rest on the center line. Steal of 1 for the US. They take the lead. After 4 ends of play, USA 3, Japan 2.
It is, no, absolutely. It is.
It was really good, but man, give yourself a chance to score.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
that's good.
He's thinking if he picks that, though.
Let's play a good end here and win back the hammer. Force or steal here, right?
Play good.
We don't got to go crazy. Should we go top 4 now?
Absolutely.
I think top 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this. You guys, we're playing all right now. We figured it out. It's a little quicker.
Yeah, we got
Couple
the speed
spots.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just expected it to be a hair slower.
Yeah,
to
and it
start.
wasn't. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's actually pretty good. We're getting 14-6s
It's
now.
not quite nationals, but it's close.
It's getting
Yeah, I
there.
mean,
A lot closer than I thought it would be.
what I throw in the last one?
And a 96 is
Oh, no, I
The
know.
one that went in or the one that's short?
No,
I
the
got
guy.
a 96 in my second one.
My second? I did not have that. It was.
I might have clicked on it.
I knew you threw it less.
Right.
I was a little surprised when I looked at my watch.
I'm like.
You're enjoying live coverage of the 3x1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018 from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Looks a little heavy.
Feature game, USA and Japan. The USA have
It's all right now.
taken the lead for the first time in the match.
Come on, it's dying. It's getting the breaks here. Let's go.
Stolen point in the fourth end. Leading at 3-2.
Always great to get it there. 4 foot.
Whoa, it's there. Good shot.
Attaboy.
And the pendulum swings. All of a sudden, you've got the lead. Now you're going to go in the rings. USA has thrown short center guards when it was tied or
Yama makes the hit. Rolls it to the wing. Would like to stay in the rings. Just clings on. Stone has to be touching at least part of the ring to be eligible to count.
8.5.
8.5.
So a bit of cautious defense from both teams. The Americans throwing it in. Japan not electing a corner guard, just removing stones. No guards in play.
yeah, it looks like we're going to get a bit of a defensive end, maybe a mental break for everybody. The Rocks going in the rings, takeouts happening.
Come on.
Yama. It's the kind of end for Japan you wouldn't mind blanking. Keep last rock into the sixth end. Get the even ends.
Here. Like
Stone
that?
rolls
Yeah.
off the rings, but it's an interesting place. You might be able to freeze to that later if you had to. Colin Huffman.
Good bump, but I think he's going to go a little. Now you're good. Take a look.
Like to see it curl a little.
Real close, easy. Sir.
Greg, if anything.
Doesn't need me. Throw.
Pretty straightforward
Colin.
end here. Americans biting the button. Let's look in at Canada versus Scotland. Red stone in the back of the white 8-foot circle belonging to the Canadians. Scotland's Bruce Mowat. We need to be inside that white 8-foot circle to score a single
Waits
point.
there.
I quite like it.
I like it.
Well then.
White will be good.
Waits there. Though. Back in, back out.
Close, Tommy.
You probably need it, Grant.
No, then.
Probably need it.
You do need it.
No, wait's okay.
Clean, Tommy.
Wait's coming down.
Hard if you need the line.
Coming down.
Hard if you need. No, clean.
Knows he's got backing. Uses it. Single point for the Scots. They close it up, but Canada has the hammer now after 4 ends, leading at 4-3.
Yep, Greg. Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
no, it's a
All
little
right, that's good. Shot.
And we're still to plan here on our feature sheet.
Yeah, no worries, good.
It's the 5th end, and we're all defense.
No guards, 1 rock in the rings. Quite a contrast to what we've been seeing all evening, but straight up and down end. Takes 2 to tango. Both teams are electing defense in this end. Nothing in play.
I didn't take your clutch. I was cleaning the path.
85-90.
Yep.
90.
I like that.
So similar to Team Japan, Team USA here by virtue of winning US Nationals.
No ad, 94.
Little lad.
Team
You gotta go
Schuster,
then.
the Olympic gold medalists. Elected not to play the US Nationals this year. Team Persing are the winners, representing USA here in Las Vegas.
Colin. Go. Both of you go.
Both gotta go.
Gotta go. Come on, both of you go. Go hard, get it fully in. Can't hurt it. That's good. Fully in. 95.
94.
Solid sweep by USA's front end.
Sweden, Switzerland. Sweden with a 2-1 lead. Niklas Edin.
Känns riktigt bra den här. Linjen är bra.
Two-time world champion.
Kan hålla igång lite på linjer, eller? Ja.
Curled here in Vegas before at the Continental Cup.
Okej, den är den.
Whole house to draw 2 makes it easily. 2 points on the board for Sweden, and they're leading it 4-1.
Jag tyckte jag satte kvar den mer än de två.
Little more ad. Little more ad. Little more ad.
Quick, plenty.
Whoa. Right off.
We're behind the tee.
Sweepers backing right off this one.
Yeah, and Rich Rahonen's
13-6-8.
looking for that sweet spot on the draw slide.
Anywhere.
They swept the whole way on the last one, and then didn't have to touch this one. The sweeper's delight, as it were.
Absolutely.
Yes, counter. Counter on it. Yes,
Iwai trying to hit and stick.
yes.
Tells me that Japan is absolutely thinking blanking this in. That stone behind the tee line. Could have played a freeze if they were frisky, but playing it nice and straightforward. 13 member associations here at this 361 World Men's. 3 Pacific Asia teams here, Japan being one of them, Korea and China the other 2. That means a 12-game round robin, and playoff format this year with the expanded field. 6 teams will make the playoffs.
Little bit. Carve it. Hard.
And there is a real reward for finishing first or second. You go straight to the semifinal.
9-5-8. Yeah, it's an interesting new format that's been put into play. It's I think there's a lot of real positives. The 12-game round robin means an equal allocation of last stone draws for all these athletes. 6 teams making the playoffs. There's a ton of opportunity with this new format that's really outstanding. And specifically how it's impacted this sheet here is that there's now 3 teams from the Pacific Asia region that are here, and we've seen the growth of the game happening in Japan, in China, in the whole region, and specifically in South Korea, who just hosted a fantastic Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. The sport is really booming, and there's tons of talent performance.
Looks like plenty.
Still lots of teams, 8 teams from Europe. There's 2 teams from the Americas.
No, we should be in front.
No, we're good. 14-1 beyond the tee.
Button.
On the tee.
Oh, I think it's closer to the front and back.
Curling is growing internationally by leaps and bounds. There are now 60 member associations in the World Curling Federation. Blank attempt here by Go Aoki. Wants to remove the American stone and roll out. Makes it perfectly. Blank end. No score on the 5th end. USA holding the lead in the game. It's a 3-2 game after 5 as we reach the midpoint of this 10-end game. First end action. Yellowstones belong to Japan. 18-year-old Go Aoki with a draw to try and score 2. Makes it nicely. Japan are off to a great start. Lead it 2-0 after 1.
Anywhere in there.
Third end, Japan just holding shot. Greg Persinger with a delicate little heavy draw. Just needs to nudge the Japanese stone to count 2. Makes it perfectly. USA scores 2. It's tied up at 2 after 3. Lots of freezes and angle freezes and guards. Plenty of stones in play. Go Aoki. Only shot he has is drawing the pin. It's going to over curl and come short, so it's going to be a steal of a single point to Team USA, giving them the lead 3-2 for the first time in the game. Other scores in session 2. Norway with a narrow 2-1 lead over Italy. Our feature game, USA leading Japan 3-2. Another tight one between Canada and Scotland. Canada leading that one 4-3. Sweden with a 4-1 lead over Switzerland. Here from Las Vegas at the Orleans Arena.
This is pretty dumb having us meet down here. We gotta go all the way back.
We could just meet on the phone. Well, Rich is down here.
Picked it up a little bit, second part.
Yeah.
Now we got the draw
So
right
you got a
down.
pretty good feel on the ice.
Yeah.
It is a little cleaner than
It is.
it was in practice.
Yeah.
Or even
We're getting like 14-2. You can sweep to a 6,
Right.
but straight out of your hand 2. So
So what are you gonna do in 6?
I think you just hit to get rid of 5, didn't you? Don't you?
まだどう投げてわかんないかな。
ウィーダーがない。
ある。
次どうしますか。攻める。
2点取りに。
Here are the halftime stats. Slight statistical edge to Team USA. But the difference on the scoreboard in that last stolen point column, man.
Yeah, just that management of angles, the perfect freezes, and then the executed guards for USA in that fourth end is the difference maker so far.
Close game here in Las Vegas. Some of the fans here on a Saturday night in Las Vegas enjoying the action. Fans from all around the world here to support their teams. There's some of the fans for Team Japan. By the looks of it, a lot of the fans at home signing well wishes on the Japanese flag as well.
6 end.
USA gets it underway here in the 6th end. Japan has the hammer after blanking end number 5 to keep last rock in the 6th.
Make it good, though.
We're close.
14-3. It should be here. It should be here. Should be here. Great shot. No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
I'm trying to go back to you, right?
I know.
Thank you.
So after trading hits in end number 5, it's corner guard time for Team Japan.
Yeah, they were just trying to move the hammer that last time, and now you get a look at Aoyama. He's playing at 85% for the game.
This is, of course, the first game of the tournament for both teams.
Okay.
Tidy corner guard there.
That's in a really good, usable position. Easy to draw around, hard to hit around.
Hit it really great.
Little tight, Greg.
Tilker.
He's at 78%. He had a
Gonna
couple
overcurl
of
if
errant
anything.
rocks
Yeah, keep
early.
No, it's all right. Line
Just
up.
didn't
Okay.
quite get the
Go, go, go,
production
yep.
that you would be looking for
Yep.
from the lead, but
Whoa, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'd rather show
Really
him that
good.
side.
It's really good.
Stone
Scrub
split in the
that.
center line,
Inside, Phil.
covering the shot.
I'll get this figured out by Friday.
I bet.
Probably not. You're right.
We'll get this figured out by Friday. Well, by Friday might be a bit late.
he's a funny guy. But with that really good guard, Japan's now directed away from their corner and under center.
Chasing the American rock now.
ウェイトあるよ。
おお、グレイグレイグレイグレイ。
Nudges the American stone to the back of the button.
That's a great shot. Just changes the angle. They've got control
We
now.
can get to the inside if you like that.
I like it.
Okay, little tap is not terrible.
But then if he comes down
If we just corner freeze on the inside, he freezes to the back when he's 1-2.
If we tap it just a foot is pretty good.
Okay. I
whenever,
like
like,
that. I like that. I like this. Tap it.
Precision here.
It's good. Trust me.
Okay,
You like
is
that,
is
Broom?
Too much ice?
Hair last.
Wants to corner freeze the inside of the Japanese shot.
Now, this is the same path that USA managed during the fourth end where they stole that point. So it's kind of similar situations that they're trying to set up here. And Colin Huffman at 95%, he's the guy to do it today. Lots of production out of his stone so far.
Colin is feeling it tonight.
Okay, little tap. Yep. Greg, go. Greg. Go.
Wants to get across the nose of the
Like
Japanese
it,
shot.
that's really
Very
good.
nice stone.
Really good.
3 stones in the rings as we look in Canada versus Scotland.
まあここベストね。
And it's all Scotland right now.
Yeah, difficult situation for Brad Gushu. Keep an eye on that as they line it up while we're also looking in our feature match.
Yeah,
Rose double looks like being played by the Canadians. That's just to score a single point. But boy, you hit this a little full. Scotland steals, it over curls. He might drop 2. Tough shot for Brad Gushu.
he's the reigning world champion.
Yeah, if you want somebody throwing this shot.
He's an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
It's his job to make these big shots for Team Canada. But this is a pretty pivotal point in the scoreboard. Going into the break. Are you winning by 2?
Oh, very nice shot by Gushu, showing his class. Makes the double, sticks around, single point. Good result for Scotland, though, forces the Canadians to 1. Things starting to clog up in our feature game as well. Look at that 4-foot circle, 4 rocks touching it. Bit of a party going on.
I think so.
I really like that.
Yep.
Control.
Even just board.
Yellowstone belongs to Japan.
Okay.
I like
We gotta
board.
get
You
the
guys like
roll
it?
over it.
Just gotta roll the foot.
Japan has the last rock advantage here in the 6th.
Like that?
Think a hair last.
Okay. We just want to roll fat.
So this spot's run pretty straight when weights come up a little bit. This is a touchy little spot
Here's which good.
for this hit and roll.
Hair up. Yeah. Gotta go. Gotta go. Whoa. Yes.
No roll.
Beauty.
Oh, beauty. Great shot by Colin Huffman. Changes the angles around, and now that Japanese stone, even though it's in shot rock position, is in extreme danger.
It actually is helping USA. It is holding the US rocks in the rings.
同じ幅でいこう。
Go with the defensive backboard for Team USA. Back guard, as you like to call it.
Yeah, it's a back guard. There's some guards in front of the rings, and there's some guards in the back of the rings.
And Japan trying to hold their nerve. They've got one shot, they've got the hammer.
And Shikuya is playing very well. Need this rock to be frozen right down in. They are working so hard.
Sweepers can carry the stone as much as 2.5 meters, and this one guides right into the pocket. Nice angles, gets a fantastic shot.
Fantastic shot for Japan.
T-line, wait. Right now.
Let's look in at Norway, Italy. Norway holding a 2-1 lead. Look at all those Italian stones, 3 of them now. Stefan Wallstad has to draw against a pile. Never a comfortable place to be.
Yeah, he needs a piece of the button.
Has to navigate past his own stone in the top of the 8, but they're really sweeping it hard. I don't think they're by. No, he crashes, and it's a steal. Steal of 3 for the Italians. Wow. Italy goes out to a 4-2 lead. Big moment in that game.
You like that broom? I think I do. I'm not completely sure, but I think it's close. We got to get, if we get any of it.
5 stones clustered in and around the 4-foot circle. Angles are intriguing. Fantastic last shot by the Japanese.
Yeah, and USA is saying no more. We are going to get rid of that stone on the button. They're just going to try and run one of the USA stones back.
Easy, easy. Whoa. Yes, Colin. Yes, Colin. Go. Go, go.
Shooter.
Nice angle there by Richard Honan. Removes the Japanese stone, and now the USA lies 3. Waiting 3 or 4 shots to spring that trap, and excellent execution by Team USA. Bango. There goes the Japanese rock, and USA are lying 3. Great shot. Spills his own shooter off to the wings, out of danger as well.
Yeah, it's really important to get that shooter well away, because that's another access point in for Japan. These guys have got to be thrilled with that outcome, and now all of a sudden the angles are in USA's favor.
Japan can promote their own stone, but still going to leave the US lying 2 if they do that. It comes down to have a look. Neither team have used their timeout yet.
Yeah, this is taking a look at the angles and then seeing, is it time to remove that center guard?
Could run the center guard back into the pile and just try to blast everything and open it up a bit.
Yeah, just create some space at this point.
The scoring area is microscopic for Team Japan right now.
It's actually not accessible right now. So creating some space is pretty critical.
While the discussion continues, let's take a quick look at Sweden, Switzerland. Sweden with a 4-1 lead. They've got their stone hidden.
Yep.
Mark Pfister. Seems like Mark has had tough touch shots all evening. Here's another one. Needing it to finish enough. They look at it, but it's yes, confirmed. A single point for Switzerland. Wow, what a clutch shot. He had really nothing to draw to except right there. Made it. Great shot.
So after that long discussion, Japan's looking to try and make a double takeout here for Hawaii. Hit as much of the middle USA stone as available.
Gonna have to squeak the guard to make it. Well by that guard.
Great weight, but just there's not enough movement in the ice there.
Removes one American rock.
Yeah, I don't. Do we just put it back?
curve this side?
Yeah. Or you can come right here again.
Yeah, you were just going to leave him that same thing, though.
All right. Guard. Like that?
Guard's okay. They don't have anything in the middle.
The only danger with that, Richie, is this yellow corner.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but he can't
that's no
keep it.
danger.
No?
He can't
can
keep
lose
them
his
both.
own.
Yeah. I like it. Guard.
Okay.
So mid 12.
He can lose his own and be dead.
Yeah. Yeah. We could freeze in there too, but if you don't make it perfect, you give him a shot for 2.
I like it then.
All right.
Okay.
So we do this, he's going to play the out-turn little tappy thing on
Yep.
his yellow, right?
Right.
He's going to lie 1 and 2.
It might line it up if he's right. I mean, it could get in trouble.
Right, you could line it up dead on the back
Yeah.
if we're guarding.
Yeah.
Do we ever replace a stone he just threw?
Well, that's what I originally thought, but if you ever tick and roll off and leave something, you're giving up deuce.
If you like this, I like it.
Well, then this is by far an easier shot.
Yeah. All
Let's make this thing.
Great discussion there between Team USA.
Above it.
Talked about all the options, including coming back into the forefoot.
Halfway guard.
Yeah, half guard.
Yeah, and the level of difficulty that they finally settled on, this is a way easier shot.
Yes.
That is something to always take into account when you're looking at between an A, a B, and a C option.
No added.
Is
We're
there
way
one
out
that you
there.
know the ice better, where you know the weight better, that puts more control into the sweeper's hands, you know, allows the whole team to
That's where we
participate?
want it.
Just Colin.
A lot more execution tolerance on a guard than you do
Right there,
coming
right
into
there.
that
Good.
forefoot
Right
to
there, really good.
put it right back where it was. So it is the guard.
Good, buddy. That's good.
I'd call that. That's beside it.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Throw.
Nice weight. Maybe fractionally over curls. Might make the button available on the intern side just for Aoki.
90, 95, no add.
Kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Would really have to squeak by on the intern side to get the button. That's the shot that he tried a couple of ends ago to score.
Yeah, we know that's there the way it curls.
Looking at the double clears and maybe a bit of action straight back and disturbing the stones around the button area. Hit half on the outside, kill both the stones, set the left hand of those red stones moving straight forward, maybe get a bit of action. No action there. Kills one, jams his own stone.
Things are a little more open in the center now, but didn't really move the needle enough on that shot. They had to go aggressively to remove both those guards up front.
So Rich Rohoni putting his brush, that's where they want it to come to rest. Another guard. Good looking situation here for Team USA. Japan's got the hammer, but the US with a fantastic chance to force and maybe steal a pair. Some guards to make for Greg Persinger. 83% for the game.
0-2, no bump. 3!
Oh, just Phil. Okay, line's pretty good.
Just a 3. 2.5.
Okay.
It's 3. It's past these.
2 and 3, those are the weight zone
Just up,
communications.
just up. Just up. Don't let it
Almost
curl.
divider.
Gonna slide into the rings.
Whoa.
Just.
It's not the end of the world.
I did not think it was going that far.
I know, that's a fast spot.
Deeper than they would have liked,
Same
but they're showing the
thing.
Japanese the right side of the rock, at least from their perspective.
I thought he just dropped it.
So we need a 30 there, to be honest.
No, they said 3 right away. I mean,
I thought there were 2 and 3.
all right.
I mean,
It's
bad
still
number.
not.
Could you be brave and run red straight back? Or fraction across nose? There are no great options here for Japan.
Yeah, there's no way to get shot from that at this point.
Any shot's a setup shot from here, really.
Yeah.
isn't
So you've got to wonder, what is your best setup shot? Do you take the draw now, the intern draw, and try and freeze in there and maybe force USA to a mistake and generate a 2 that way?
it? Doesn't look like they're going to try the run, but the draw definitely an option.
Yeah, this is hopefully to create some space.
They've been looking for space in and around the button the entire end. Go Aoki at 65%, but a huge, high degree of difficulty shot here. Throwing heat. It's going to hit half. So once more into the breach for Team USA. They've been defending these stones in the forefoot. One more guard. Maybe a bit of that inexperience showing in on that last shot selection, I think, from Team Japan.
Yeah, and I think it's just how you make it, where you air, what is the pro side of that last shot. And you had to get to nose and run back and move something off the forefoot. You had to do that. So that huge weight, no curl.
I really like it. Well, I really like it. And even if we're like, if we just stop here. Yeah. Right? As long as we get a little bit behind this thing, this is
his only shot.
This is his only out.
That's his only shot for one.
Yeah.
Right?
So or could he go in this way? No.
No, play to make it.
Okay.
There's no reason not to,
I think we played it right here, man. If we make it good.
I agree.
Okay. And we'll give you a number so that you're just short and we take it in.
Let's see.
So this was a guard, right? So
is that close?
I think if
we play the guard here,
kind of thing,
it's going to be pretty close to that. We can't wreck, right?
Agreed. Yep. Can't wreck.
So he's going to try to draw it into the button. The only bad result here is throwing it heavy.
The ice he just put down is enough for you.
Okay.
So that option short.
We want to be dead in front of the red. We don't need to be that overburied. Just dead in front of our own red.
So
we'll
think
give
we're thinking
Aoki
right here.
the
same
out
number?
to
Like
inside.
that?
We don't think there's anything there for him, so we'll just
Okay,
block the path for the button here.
Same number with a little bump.
Same. Okay, you got it, Greg.
So you don't think out here is a little slower?
It might be a hair.
It
That's
might be
why
a
I want a little bump. No bump.
No, but we gotta go.
Got room. Play guard. Play guard. Okay, well then.
We still got it.
Front end sweepers think it's light, so they're saying to Richard Hohen, think about a guard.
Here we are.
All right, that's good. That's good, boy. It's not here. It's not here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want it to come off that, so that's okay. All right,
Not
good
bad.
shot.
I like that kick.
That's not
Just
bad.
a little bump.
It's a little stickier.
It's a little sticker out there. My guard was a 92. I thought they.
Cuts off the draw for sure.
Yeah.
Because we can't bounce and be open.
Right.
Might have left a kind of
I mean, like
super high risk triple takeout that you'd try in desperation in the last shot of the game, but in this situation, if you're Japan, you don't want to risk the steal of a bunch. Probably okay to give the Americans one here.
Yeah, you are.
Take yourself out of the game if you try a high risk shot here and drop a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, and the whole goal for USA was to steal one in this end.
Final shot on its way. Go Aoki. We think the best he can do is cut the Americans down to 1. Does that, no problem. But it's another steal for the Americans. Larceny in their hearts here in Sin City. The Americans steal the 1, giving them a 4-2 lead after 6.
good end, no, pretty much guaranteed to steal. It was a good end. Yeah, no, it's a lot to steal one if you play.
I think you're right. Stealing 2 is better than stealing 1.
But getting one
stealing 1 is so much better than stealing.
I was not convinced the 10 would get there on its own. However, if his rock sped it up, I did not want him.
とにかく差ないから、もう攻めてこう見て。
まあ全部取りだるな、2111って感じ。
そうだね。
向いて勝てる。
14個でもいいけど。
オッケー。14個で。
1が上に行くと22って取んないといけないから。
そうだ。オッケー。ちょっとシンプルに。難しいことあんまりやろうと思って
ただ1点取りに行く普通に。
それもあり。場合によってはそれでも。
まあ場合によって。
最初教えてくるから1個こうなって。
来た。
息子とか来てる。
sweeping across the 4 sheets here at the Orleans Arena. You're enjoying live action from Las Vegas, Nevada. Saturday night in Vegas, the opening weekend of the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. In the feature game, USA versus Japan. Hans Franlov here with Ann Swisshelm. And after a real arm wrestle in the first half of this game, the USA is just slightly winning the arm wrestle now, Ann, with that big steal.
Yeah, and it's really about rock placement, and USA is getting the control position. They are really capitalizing on their second stones, quite frankly. Colin Huffman stones are being put into beautiful positions in the 4th and 6th end, and that's what led to the steal, and that's the difference in the game right now. And now the pressure is being ramped up, and Aoyama's rock slips into the rings, allows USA to hit away.
Phillip Dunker still not in the free guard zone. So it will be a hit.
Whoa, Colin, a little bit if you can. Come on. Yep. Okay.
That's good.
All right, that's good.
And we've talked about the pressure on this Japanese team, their first international competition ever. Let's talk a little bit about the pressure of Team USA playing at home.
I know.
Your compatriots have just won a gold medal at the Winter Olympics. What are they thinking about tonight?
You know, and much like the Japanese team, this is the USA's first game together at the World Championship. You're going to want to come out and get comfortable and try to enjoy the environment. When you're the host nation, you have the crowd on your side. You've got this little extra teammate, this little bit of extra energy, but sometimes that can up the pressure on you. And then when you're talking about a nation coming off its first gold medal at the Olympics ever, you know what's possible now. You know what's out there for you. And I think, you know, these guys have a great chance. They're a really experienced kind of veteran group of guys that put together a super team, you know, playing really for this purpose.
It's definitely paying off. Nice clear there by Colin Huffman, clearing the corner guard. Yeah, great chance for them this week to showcase what they can do in front of a hometown crowd.
Thank you.
ちょっと近いよ。
結構近い。
松は
Again, these quick little spots that can go inside out in the arena. That's beautifully managed.
Yeah, nice shot there by Japan. Japan winning their first Olympic medal as well at the recent Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Japanese women's team with a bronze medal. And that was very big news in Japan. Huffman bringing the heat.
Yep. I want to go thin.
Yep.
I didn't want to take that one. I didn't want to hit that one.
Colin Huffman doing what you want second stone players to do with a lead. Great clearing.
Absolutely. But one of the things that USA has really done well in this game, they have thrown so many draws. They really have. Their second has thrown way more draws than hits. And that's what's putting the pressure on Japan. And I think as Japan matures and kind of learns how to play the game, now this is a great chance. Like going to the other side of the ice, they're already learning. Make the peel a little bit more challenging. Now USA is navigating its own stones in the rings. See, this is live learning on the job.
On a very big stage, let's look at Canada, Scotland. Two Canadian counters in the rings facing Bruce Mullet. So you have to draw the 4-foot against 2 to score a single point.
I think we can get it across the top. Thin, right?
This
Quarter?
Scottish team, also a very young team. They've played a lot of internationals
Over the top.
Quarter.
for their first
is gonna make
World
contact.
Championship.
Will half
Men's
go right
championship.
half makes contact.
Yes.
If half hits it and goes over the top, then I like the peel.
A team that I like a lot, and there's a nice shot there by
Sorry, I
Moet.
should've got this for you. This is my fault.
Because they're so young, there's a lot of talk when you're
Quarter.
handicapping the field coming into this week. The Canadians, the Swedes, and you don't often hear Scotland in the conversation, but I would not be at all surprised to see the Scottish team in the mix in the playoffs at the end of the week.
Mouat just won his, I think, 4th event of the season 2 weeks ago. It's a really strong team.
Yes! Yes! Colin,
Richie
yes!
Honan trying to clear guards.
Great. Beauty.
Very nice.
Yeah, and just like USA drew it up right over the top.
Hit that almost 2 inches thicker and still bounce it out.
Way to go, Rich. Doing it for the thirds. Can't let the seconds make all the great clears. Japan with the last rock here in the 7th, but nothing happening. 2 American stones in the rings.
Right, 結構タイトだよ。
4秒41。
ウェイトだけ。2から3でいいよ。
2。
So they're looking to set this corner guard up again, just like they did the last time. Maybe a hair more inside, make that peel even harder for USA.
Yes, yes, yes.
Trying to bring it really tight to the American stone, make it tougher to clear.
And now this might be decision time for USA.
Well, let's look in now. Italy 4, Norway 2. Norway with the hammer. Stefan Wallstad. Kills one, jumps, pushes the other stone out, and it is going to be a 3. That stone in the back. Fantastic shot. Now it's Norway out in front, 5-4. Wow, what a game, back and forth. Great shot.
And USA has decided they are going to go for the clear on that corner guard through the hole. So in between the 2 stones, the USA stones that are in the rings.
Needs to hit it high side, makes it. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Everything going to plan for Team USA here on the 7th end.
Yeah, and you hope USA is learning a little bit of a lesson. You're up by 2. You didn't need 2 rocks in the rings. They've been having to navigate those. They're doing it well, but it's really kind of unnecessary. That hit and stick early by Phil Dunker.
The end tracking, though, for a force for Team USA. If they can force Japan to score a single point, they would be in great shape, 1 up playing D8 with hammer.
Yeah, and Japan is going to try and make USA pay, though, for that stone sitting in the top corner. This is a call to draw around, tuck back in there anywhere.
I'm a bit surprised they didn't try this a shot ago, but they're going to try it now. They're going to try and wrap it around, but it's going to just over curl, corner freeze, not bad either. Piece of the rings. Let's look in at Sweden versus Switzerland. 2 red stones already in the rings for Nicholas Edin, so open draw for 3 here to give him firm control of this game. Sweepers don't look particularly concerned about the situation. He's got his own stone in the 8th foot for backing as well. No problem at all. 3 points on the board there for Sweden, and they get firm control of this one, leading it 7-2. King Nicholas finding form.
Yeah, he has it for that stone.
Now USA's got to change of tactics.
Right here.
So, weight should be good.
Really?
Where do you want to put it?
I don't mind another shot in the rings. I think it's a good call. There is a jump shot there for Japan. They could hammer their own thin, maybe make a
Just right here.
thin double to score 2 that way. Throw another one in the rings. That's not an option.
Yeah, the way the Japanese stone is sitting, though, it's going to be tough. You're gonna push it a little away from the rings. There's not a lot of space there for them.
That's true.
You'd have to play the out-turn really powerfully, really flat.
Like to see Colin go.
And Japan struggled with that out-turn up weight. So
Yeah, it's definitely a 5%er in terms of
Really tight.
yeah.
reality of making it.
So the one thing that they can do here, though, if they come too deep, USA can set up a double and roll under those rocks to the side for Japan, and that's what they've done. And you know, that's one of the things. You know, I kind of like that rock maybe a little bit higher in the rings.
Yeah, a little bit wary perhaps of leaving a guard for Japan, so maybe a fraction heavy. They're taking a look at the angles on that top stone. We put it there for a reason with the hope of being able to drive it and use it, but the two stones in the front of our picture, that's the bigger worry. Might have come deep enough that the inside double rolls off the rings. They try to roll it behind cover. Nose doubles there, but you're wide open all day long there.
Yeah, I think actually if you're Japan, I think you go hard for just the hit and roll. And if you happen to get the double, great.
It's a bonus. Yeah.
But you are setting up for as hard as you can to get two. And I think playing the hit and roll off that top stone right now, given the circumstances you've got.
Must keep their stone in the rings, though.
Yeah, that's the best you can hope for Go Aoki's rock here.
Gets that inside roll. Trying to get a bit behind cover. About half behind.
We can
I think we just got to play this.
yeah, we can pick it.
Because otherwise we ever tick that. I think we just go right here.
Yeah.
I kind of like
Even,
this
yeah,
draw.
anywhere.
That hit and roll is a great shot. I wish they had swept that just 2 inches more. USA would really be in it.
Just in front of the tee line.
Now again, remember that USA red rock that they are navigating, they put there on purpose.
Guys, this is good, even, but even here is pretty good.
Absolutely. We need like 2 inches of 8 foot.
Yep.
The reason they say it's okay in the top of the 8 foot is because of the angles. If they left it there, Japan could try the double takeout, but they would jam their own stone.
Should be close, huh?
I think so.
Is that enough ice?
Yes.
Okay, it's close.
USA are not out of the woods yet by any means. They do want to be lying second shot.
Yeah, the fabulous hit and roll has created a ton of pressure for Greg Persinger and USA in this situation.
Line's good.
Gotta go. We're right forward.
Yep. Got to touch 8 for sure.
Okay, we're there.
Well, then, well, even is good. Even's
We're
really
there.
good.
We're there. We're even. We're already even.
Sometimes the best guard is second shot. The stone will come into the rings into second shot position. US lines 2, sitting quite parallel. No chance for Japan to double them off.
Great sweep by Colin Huffman and Phil Tilker there to pull that stone absolutely even with the other USA stone. And it's a forced situation. Japan is going to play a hit and stick.
So mission accomplished for Team USA. Can Japan salvage a point? Go Aoki. Final shot here on end number 7. Has to hit and stay in the 4 foot just to score a single point. Nice shot there by Aoki. Japan hits and sticks. They score their 1, but it's a force for Team USA. They will take the hammer into the 8th end. Leading by 1, it's USA 4 and Japan 3.
You like the tick?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's come down to what shots you guys want to throw in your end. So.
Well, I mean, if we miss, we get in trouble right away. I mean, if we get under and then we play the tick too, or he's probably coming in there a little bit.
け。
そろそろ2人が来る頃だ。
We're back inside the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, we are curling in the desert. It's the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. Live action here on a Saturday night in Vegas. And it's the home team, Team USA, holding a narrow 4-3 lead over Japan as we play end number 8 of this 10-end game. Japan throwing up a center guard.
Yeah, it's this pivotal eighth end. There's USA's got the hammer. They're going to want to score here.
Yep.
I agree, and it has the feel of a decisive end in the game.
Yeah, gotta go.
It's like tea.
Gotta go.
USA trying the tick shot to move that Japanese stone
Hold on, we can feel it.
off the line, but it's going to push it straight back. Remember, the USA can move it, but they couldn't remove it completely from play.
Wow.
Where's perfect?
I know
Bit of a defensive play.
Yeah, well, it's a way to create offense if you make the tick, and there's the head-to-head. It's a really good matchup, head-to-head at the lead position here for these teams. But you know, all of a sudden, advantage Japan with the shot by USA over curling. It's a way to create offense in a unique way, because you do a little bit of defense, tick a rock off the center line and roll to a corner, create potential for offense for USA. This is really long.
It's a straight guard. It's going to come up short, covering the shot rock. Now it's going to tempt Team USA into the button area.
Yeah, the great thing about that guard for Japan is it is guarding the guard that USA does not want there.
It's true. And
really making USA pay for that miss.
And in the free guard zone, really, you can't remove your opponent's stone, but you can remove your own. So the U.S. could have thrown a clearing shot.
But with not ideal access, they've got to switch plans. They're going to go into the forefoot here with Phil Tilker's second stone.
Line's perfect. Line's perfect. Colin, if anything.
We're there. We're all to it. I think we're bumping an inch.
Whoa, then. Whoa.
The U.S. has the last rock here in the 8th.
We're bumping an inch.
That's okay.
Probably don't love coming into the button area, but they love that. Great freeze there by Phil Tilker.
Yeah, and coming right down onto the Japanese stone, that gives them that back guard while USA is going to try and clear the front. And it gives Ryotaro Shikuya a chance to freeze right on the button. There is a little bit of space there.
This might be the only chance you have, if you're Japan, to get to the button. So you really want to make this one. Cannot be light.
And they're losing line a little bit. That's over curling.
So this is intriguing.
Yeah, that doesn't change things for USA at all. They're going to double peel. And there's kind of the difference maker. And you can see, again, those 9 draws at 94% for Colin Huffman really helped USA generate their points. I know it's a 1-point game, and it's very tight. You know, one misstep in curling, either way, can change things. But the way they've been calling this game, now Japan's going all in on offense. I think it's much better for them. That's how they got that 2 in the opening first end. I'm happy to see Japan get back to form here.
Huffman just missing the double clear. Cleared one. Ryutaro Shikuya trying to freeze another one into the button area, surrounded that American stone.
7、8。
They do not want to bounce off the American stone. They just want to rest right on top of it.
Okay.
And that worked out pretty well for them. Clustered around that center pinhole. Japan
What are we doing?
is line one right now.
Smash this yellow over here.
Do we take a timeout?
Oh, wait a second, let him think for a minute.
Like that?
Don't mind it.
What if we just peel it?
Pretty
What's he doing
good.
now?
Well, no, that's kind of what we're
Then
doing.
he's coming into the pocket, though. Yeah, and then come in the pocket, and now it's going to take us
That's
much.
why I think this is the shot.
Even if you hit it just outside the nose.
A good
I like
result
it.
on this end for
Okay.
Japan is
I like out
forcing the
turn at
Americans
it.
to one.
All right.
If you just cross it a hair, that's okay.
They're going to play that center guard, try to run it back, maybe clip one of the Japanese stones. Tough shot. Colin Huffman.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yes.
Let's go!
Oh, look at that. Raised double takeout. Colin Huffman, how do you like that? Beautiful.
It's his first world championship, and he's looking like a solid veteran player. What a game he is bringing here.
Look at the replay. Red straight back right into the middle of those two Japanese stones, springs them both out, rolls the raised rock in front of his own stone on the front of the button.
Not too bad.
We talked about the scoring percentages on a scale of 0 to 4. I think you give Colin a 6 on that one. Great shot. Just doing my job, says Colin. Let's look at Canada, Scotland. Canada holding a 5-4 lead. Again, look at all the Scottish rocks in the rings. Brad Gushu looking at 4, maybe 5. Final stone on its way for Canada. Are they by the top stone? Just, do they hang on? Or do they roll too far? It's a steal of 2 for Scotland. Scotland take the lead, 6-5. Well. Hawaii trying to freeze into the pile. It slightly bumps and springs away.
I think they were playing the tap there on that top one and just got caught between the line and the weight. Had the
Great situation for Team USA after that turnaround shot by Colin Huffman. Now they have a chance to really light it up.
Let me ask you. Do we ever rip the center?
What's he do if we peel the
That's
center?
what I said. I think if we rip the center, what's he gonna do? He's got to go here.
Do we call time out here?
I think so.
Huh?
Sure.
USA is going to call timeout.
Yeah, this is a big moment. They could feel it. That center guard, not their friend. They know it. But things are sitting good here.
Yeah, but then we can just fire this
And
thing.
if he bumps this an inch, we just blow it.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't bump it an inch, we smash it.
So then if he does this,
Because him dislodging this makes it a different
Can
deal.
he make this
So-
double through the hole in
Yeah,
three?
He can.
If he freezes, we would play
First
a little
traffic.
tap, like back 12, lose the backing.
Well,
He does.
But we have
he
this
can go
thing.
right to here.
So if he goes right to there, then you're going to jam the 7.
He's gonna pound it out of
All we
there.
have to do is make sure we score.
That's what we're talking about. That's why I'm
We have to
thinking
make
peel.
sure we score. As long as you feel we can get it out with the 7.
I think we can.
if we come
but
here,
he
though,
might
then
might throw the
So
double.
you could beat him.
That's what we were first. That's our first inclination was. If you come there, what does he do then?
Right. I don't think he has any.
Well, I think he's gonna pound this. He's gonna pound this double.
If we're
So
here,
that's okay because
he
it
pounds
eliminates a couple of your rocks, their rocks, right?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it
no,
doesn't
it might
eliminate any
slide
of theirs.
through. He
Yeah,
can
slides through,
hit it
so
on
we
the
go
nose
here,
and
he'll
slide
know
it right
he'll
through.
lie.
He
You
can't
can't do it if we're here, though, right?
Correct.
If we do there, if
there might be a
if
triple.
we're frozen, you might be able to. You might be able to.
Fear of a triple, they're probably going to get
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
if there's a possibility.
Because them dislodging this thing makes it so that 3 can shoot through the hole.
They've talked about clearing the center guard. Now they're talking about
definitely
playing into the
I feel
button
like
area.
there's nowhere really, really good for him to go. If he goes here, it's not that great.
We
If he
hammer it on the
goes
nose.
Here, we freaking hammer that. I think the peel.
I think so. I think it's our best chance to score.
If there's a chance for a triple, for sure we got it.
Okay.
So the
Do you like
debate
this,
here
Ray?
ends.
I'm fine with it.
Your end plan versus the situation. End
Yeah.
plan was score. Situation says
I hate
you
to
might
do it,
get
but I
3 and
hate
win
to
the game
Score
right
a
here.
lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I
here.
think
We're not trying
this
to
was, it took them, you know, their whole time out to get there, but reminding themselves that the rock that could cause them trouble is actually this center guard.
I like this call.
So they are electing
this
to
call.
clear
I
it.
do too. That was my first inclination. So
That's exactly right, Rich. The first thing he said was, let's clear the center.
Yeah, and just keep things simple, and you know that you're going to be able to smash and create some space, even if Japan makes a perfect draw or freeze.
yep.
Drive something.
Really hard.
Got to go, Phil.
Really hard.
Has to clear it first.
Go hard.
Onto that yellow one.
Go hard. Roll it, Colin. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it.
That's
roll
good.
It. All right.
A little momentary panic there about it, but no problem at all.
Yeah, a little bit tight on that release, and his sweepers had him all the way. And the birthday guy gets a little gift from his front end.
It's the least they could do.
And
I like that.
nice game comparisons here. You can see the statistical difference, but again, look at the number of hits to the number of draws. And Masaki Iyawa,
Yeah, his instinct has been to throw hard at things when a softer shot might have been a better option.
yeah,
俺もそれでいいと思うよ
USA's got last rock, don't forget.
ちょっと押してもいいしねこれ
Red rocks belong to the USA. No guards in place, save for that stone at the front left of our picture. It's not a factor.
let's hope it's not a factor. No one wants that stone to be a factor that's up there.
If you're playing a jump shot off of that rock, you're into the desperation zone.
Yeah. So
3球でフルスイーパー
Iwai is going to get back to drawing here.
Just looking to weld it right on the button. Wants to sit it right in front of the American stone.
どっちにしても押しても悪くないです
For Japan, definitely the best chance for them to take the Americans out of the end, or at least limit the damage. They wouldn't mind giving the Americans 1. They sure don't want to give the Americans 2 or 3. That stone really making a move. You need to get it by that stone in the top of the forefoot. Don't think it's going to. Just going to nudge it.
Yeah, but that's in a really annoying place for USA. That's not anything they thought about.
Yeah, it's a danger rock for Team USA for sure.
Peel it?
Yeah. Do that.
What does he do then?
I don't think it's good for us to do this.
No, because you're going to shoot
I'll
this
probably
out.
The
shoot
USA
that out.
debates
I think you just peel
their
it.
situation. Let's look in at Norway,
And then he makes
Italy.
the threes.
Two red rocks in the ring belong to Norway, so Ramos Mosaner for Italy.
The yellow go on to it, the red is dragging it back.
Well, can you make this
Try and
double?
salvage a single point to tie it up.
He has that all day.
But he's got to roll out. And then you just make the nose double and we got our 1 or blank.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, oh, they're working so hard.
That or you try to roll the shooter over.
That Italian front end. They
Joe
need the
Retarnas
forefoot.
coming out to join the party, but it's going to come up short. It's going to be a steal. Steal of 1 for Norway. Big point in that match. They go up 6-4.
I don't think you have another shot, Rich.
Well, hitting that yellow fin right
Yeah,
in
but
the pocket.
if you ever dead nut it on that other yellow, it's not good. Then his pocket's better.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I think this is the call. I think this eliminates the pocket they can freeze to.
Yes, it makes his draw have to be
Do
more.
we ever want to just roll out into the 12-foot, though?
I don't mind that. If you want to keep it for a potential second point.
That's the only reason you would, but that's the only reason you try to keep it.
Okay. So are we
Play it a little tighter.
We're going to, if we can, Greg, hold the rock to the 12-foot.
It doesn't matter, though. Let's just make
This
sure we
end
get it
moving
right.
at a really deliberate place. A lot of conversation happening.
Yeah, the 8th end, this is the pivotal end. I mean, if USA even scores a single point here, they're up by 2. They likely have hammer in the 10th end. They win 69% of the time.
Nice shot there by Ruhonen. Did not want to leave his own stone sitting there for the Japanese to use. They were quite happy to hit half a rock and roll out of play.
Yeah, we could have hit it almost in us, right?
We didn't miss it because now.
What can Japan do with that setup shot?
Yeah.
I thought about, we thought what we were talking about is just hitting and rolling to the
Let's say the
side.
last rock.
But if you ever don't
You
make
can make
it,
a little tap on your own stone and just nudge the American stone a wee bit to the right. There's a few options here for the Japanese. Draw front button.
Gushi was trying to nose hit. And he did it over curled and hit rolled too far and gave up steal 2.
Scotch was good, man.
Could smash the red and try to double the American stones off. Would need to hit as much as he could see if he's going to try this double takeout. The shot's there. Hit the red stone at the front of the button, the left-hand side of the button as we're looking at it from our overhead. Drive it onto the American stone at the back of the button, spill them both out. Danger is over curl, clip the top yellow one, and he might be dropping 2 or 3.
Okay.
We've seen a ton of rotation on this release. That's a little bit less. That's a little softer there. Settling in.
Crucial rock for Go Aoki. Trying to make a double takeout. He's got 1, he's got 2. Nice shot. Japan lies 3. Fantastic shot by Go Aoki.
Okay. Shot.
And a huge sigh of relief.
So delicate.
Yeah, now this is the moment for USA to remember, just keep our life simple. They played a hit and roll on the top one. Maybe make the double. And then the rings are wide open for them, ideally, to take a single point.
I like it.
or 8.5.
7.5 good.
7.5.
Go Aoki. Cool as ice. Here's the comparison between the 4th stones. Persinger with a slight statistical edge.
Yep.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Double takeout here. They're calling the sweep
Gotta go.
immediately.
Cross double.
Whoa, whoa.
Is it going to jam? Jams the stone at the back and leaves Japan lying 3. What a turnaround in this end. Japan now with a chance to throw it in the front of the 4-foot. Make it very difficult for the USA to score.
Yeah, and all of a sudden a little bit of missed opportunity there for USA and a great shot from Japan. And momentum swings huge.
Yep, 180 degrees. After that great double takeout by Go Aoki. Now can he nail a shot? He wants to be right on the center line, full of the front 8-foot. So if the Americans nose hit it, they'd still steal a point.
Now we know he can hit.
Those are the last stones, though, the bread and butter. You got to make these. The touch draws.
Yeah, this is starting to over curl.
Well, sweeping it onto the rings now, but it's no protection at all for the shot rock, so he's making it pretty easy for Greg Persinger. Letting him off the hook, really. Far from made. USA is looking at 4, but it's a lot easier than it could have been.
Yeah, it is wide open, and really, if you're Greg Persinger, you don't think about drawing against 4. It's really a draw to the forefoot. You make that all the time. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. This is the shot you wanted, an open shot for.
They played the end to try and score. This is your chance to score. Just a little tougher than you thought it was going to be, though. Key shot here. Final stone and number 8 for the USA. Greg Persinger needs to draw full forefoot to score a single point.
This looks a little light. This is losing weight quickly.
Need to get it full into that red forefoot circle to score. Can they drag it there? It is short. It is a steal for Japan. We are all tied up at 4. What a turnaround in this end, and what a turnaround in this game. Huge steal for Japan. Go Aoki with a fantastic double takeout to set it up. After 8 ends of play, we are deadlocked at 4.
So, can't play a tick now. You gotta come under. Come under. All right, take a deep breath here. Yep. Nothing hurt, Greg. Nothing hurt. You're throwing them well. Don't worry.
All right, boys.
All right,
I think we did everything right there, though.
I think we did too. I think we did.
I just missed.
Yeah.
Had a good opportunity.
I might take put us way in the jail.
I'm saying we made the right calls after that. Let's get the other side.
Welcome back inside the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Huge steal. What an 8th end that was. We thought it was going to be a pivotal one. USA taking their time out, trying to make their decisions about how to score. Persinger fractionally light with that final draw, and a huge steal for Japan to tie this game up at 4 rather, after 8 ends of play. The longest possible center guard for Japan, just across that hog line. If it doesn't cross the hog line completely, stone comes out of play. So now it's a mental shift of gears for the USA. They played that 8th end to score a single point to give themselves control. Now it's Japan that's got control, and now it's the US that has to switch back to offense and thinking we need to set up a 2 here.
Hold it there. You gotta get,
Yeah, these are the tricky situations. USA is they're not going hard for 2 by coming under. They're hoping to eventually get to the blank and hold that last stone advantage into the final end of the game.
That would
be a great result for the USA. To have last rock control all tied up going into 10. Japan could force the USA to score 1. They would be 1 down. Coming home with last rock. Anybody's game. Utaka Aoyama, Japanese lead. Removes the American shot. Here we see the end of the game between Sweden and Switzerland. Switzerland conceding defeat. Sweden 7-3 winners. They go to 2-0. Nicholas Edin, two-time world champion.
Yeah, with that excellent drop by Phil Dunker on his first rock, Team Japan made the choice to hit.
Roll it over.
Not going anywhere. All right.
Fine.
Really good.
10-4, good job.
10-4, good buddy.
Long center guard.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful long center guard. If Japan had just kind of committed to the force or the steal and put up a second guard, they had a great situation right from the get-go. I know they were clearly a little afraid of that USA rock that was in a good position in the top of the forefoot, but
USA has last rock. Team USA, it's either an easy 2 or a blank. That's what they're trying to accomplish in this end. Japan trying to force the Americans to take one. Colin Huffman has had an outstanding game.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Raised double takeout in the last end. We thought it was a game turner.
Whoa.
Your nose. Little roll.
You got it.
Yep.
Little inside roll. Collins' nice evening continues. That's a very nice shot. Let's look at Canada, Scotland. Scotland are playing the defending world champions. Really tough line too. So Brad Gushu, it's going to be a force situation for Scotland. Gushu has to draw for a single point.
Line's a little tight. Line's tight. Line's fine, guys. Line's fine.
Team Japan, as Gushu's rock heads towards the scoring area. Walker and Gallant on the brushes, needing to bring it to the forefoot. They get it there safely. It's a single point for Canada. But Scotland will take last rock into the ninth. That game is all tied up. Wow. That's going to be a fantastic finish. Speaking of fantastic finishes.
yeah, we've got our own brewing here right on sheet B. And
Stones creeping further and further forward as they trade hits. It's almost out of the rings now. USA with the hammer. Last rock here on the ninth. They would love to blank this end, keep last rock advantage into the 10th. Masaki Iwai, the skip and the third stone thrower for Japan. This team from Hokkaido.
Play at the beautiful Sapporo Club.
Like that?
Site of the 1972 Winter Olympics, Sapporo, Japan.
In turn. Or wait. I think 10 and a half, huh? 10 and a half? Yep.
Yep.
Gotta try to roll all the way across.
I agree.
What kind of way are you throwing?
10 and a half.
Okay, I like that.
I think you can hold it, Colin.
I definitely can.
Richard Honan saying, I think you can hold it, Colin. Colin says, yeah, I definitely can.
If Colin Huffman can't hold the stone straight, no one can. He is a big guy, strong, powerful sweeper.
Yes, Colin.
Huffman on it immediately, holding the line.
Hard, Colin.
Hard, they gotta go, 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 hard.
Oh, well. Very nice.
Sit.
It's in.
It's in.
Sit.
Maybe.
Is it? I'm not so sure. Might spin back.
Hook back, baby.
No.
All right, good try.
Wow. Good sweep.
Just off the rings. Huffman held it, but not enough to keep it in the rings.
Yeah.
So it's a free shot now for Japan to go around that guard. good news for Team USA that the guard is really long, so even if Japan buries, chances are they'll be able to make a play on it.
Yeah, I think if you're Japan, you want to sit really high in the rings, kind of as high as possible, maybe just biting.
Biting front 12 would be outstanding. I agree. And you talked about committing to the steal. There's still a chance for Japan even to throw a second guard here.
Yeah, being short, 3-4 feet off the rings. Oh.
Not bad. They are bringing it into the rings. It's going to come full into the, well, actually into the forefoot.
Yeah,
you see, because it's popped out the other side. Let's look in at Norway, Italy. Norway with a 6-4 lead. Look at all those red stones in the rings. Danger here. It's a shot for Amos Mosaner. How do you score here? Trying to raise his own stone onto the Norwegian stones, but he blows it past them. And it's a steal of 4.
Yes.
Norway. Huge steal. Tough raise. 10-4 for Norway. And enough for Team Italy. They concede defeat. It's a win for Norway by a final score of 10-4.
Stop. Yep. Whoa.
Easy.
Oh.
Easy.
Whoa.
Stefan Wallstedt
Whoa. Go,
with a
Colin.
nice win.
Wow.
Team USA,
10-9.
mistake there.
Heavy.
Trying to make a play on that stone in the rings. A little bit of weight, tracked a bit straight, and all of a sudden now Japan with a chance to force, and that stone in the forefoot maybe think steal.
Yeah, and this is what, you know, Japan looking to up the pressure on USA, increase the level of difficulty, and you get a little bit of misexecution. Remember, USA skip came up short on the draw in 8, steal a point there, tie it up, and now all of a sudden USA's third stones, you know, misses a hit, pressure up. Go Aoki a chance to really put USA into a tough decision.
Get all the way to the nose of his stone. He might even be able to nudge it forward a couple of inches if he gets right to the nose of it. Oh, nice looking shot here from Aoki. Japan line 2. Pressure continues, and now Team USA, after missing on the high side on the last shot, they're going to be thinking twice about trying that shot again.
Except the guard, he's got the guard, he's got to put the guard back up. Or he comes taps.
Just less than half.
So we can't bomb it, I don't think.
More than enough.
Probably go, huh?
Yeah.
Half of it available.
Oh, you just want to.
I mean, the guard's 25 feet.
We could play the doubles, we're thinking.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Do we have enough?
We have half, right?
You have more than enough to make the double.
We can make it.
Okay.
Here?
Yeah. Peel?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got half.
Absolutely.
Well, Huffman certainly wants to play the double. What does Persinger want to throw?
It's about a quarter, even less.
Yeah, third. Third will make it. Quarter will make it.
You look at it?
Okay, but I think you got half there.
Peel?
We don't need to hit half, though. Peel weight, Gregory. Oh, yeah, there's a good 8-inch gap.
To make the double takeout, Persinger's going to have to hit this really thin quarter of the rock to go across the top. Hits it thick, it's going to jam all day.
That looks like a bit of ice.
Less?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had a bit of a wobble on the last hit he threw.
Yeah.
That one looks smoother.
Yes!
He's a little tight down the center line.
Gotta go hard, Phil!
Is he by the guard? Nope, clips it.
Give it a chance.
What are we doing?
Okay.
All right, bud, make the
Fine,
next one.
Gregor.
No worries.
Now Japan will definitely be guarding. The question is, where do you want to leave it? What do you want to leave Persinger for his last? Leave him the draw for one, or do you want to really go for the throat now and try and improve those stones a little bit? Small tap tap. Lie 3. I'd be tempted. If you play the front stone with T-line weight, just push both of those stones directly forward and leave your own stone straddling center. Might be tough for the U.S. to score.
でも逆にダブルスだったら相手がワンになっちゃうんでね。
まあでも1点取ってもいいでしょ。
まあ取りたいけどね、気持ち的にはね。ここまで来ても。
One thing we know for sure, the U.S. is not scoring 2.
難しいぜ。でもドロー来ると思う。
ドローだよね。
うん、それもドロー来ると思う。
じゃあこうですか。
好きなやついいんじゃない。やりたいやついいよ。こうが。
I just think, again, this is a situation for Japan. If you're going to win this game, stealing is way better than forcing, I think.
Yeah, I think scoring 2 has been hard to come by for Japan. They've lost control of their tactics. USA's in this position based on execution, not on shot selection. So Japan's in this situation, again, execution, not shot selection. So when you're coming up to the 10th and final end, do you want to be up 1 without and then force the extra and take it there? Or do you want to be down 1 with? And down 1 with is a tougher scenario than most teams really appreciate. So after some discussion, Goeoki looking good. Japan in a great controlled position right now, looking to even up the pressure a little bit more on USA.
Take away the path to the button for Greg Person. They would love to have this just biting the ring if they can. Yes, they do. That's in a perfect spot.
It's a great shot.
Japan lies 3. And so it's going to be a draw to the 4-foot once again for Greg Persinger.
14 hog to hog.
You think it's like a 90?
I think we're looking for a 14 hog to hog.
Yeah, that was 15 right there.
With 5 rotations.
That seem right to you? Like a 90?
That should be close, huh?
Great athletes need short memories,
Like a
and Greg
90?
Persinger
I like
has
a
to
90.
forget that draw that
well
came up
thrown
short.
90, my friend.
Now he has to reset and think
Yes.
Put you right on the
4-foot,
old tee line.
score a point. Facing 3. Take a look at the interval time. The originals say they were looking for about 14 seconds. Hog to hog is ideal.
Yeah.
Sweepers are saying gotta go. They're working it hard.
No, don't switch.
14-5. Need full of the 4-foot. They're never leaving it. Sweepers are really dragging it. They've got it there. Fantastic sweep by Team USA for a single point. Clutch, clutch, clutch shot by Greg Persinger. Facing 3, great sweep by Huffman and Tilker. USA take a 5-4 lead after 9.
Hey, good sweep, good sweep. Good sweep, let's go.
Way to bail us, Gregory.
Good job. Way to get out of the way. I just took too much weight. It was more like a 10 and a half.
So,
10 and 9.
it's one of those things where that guard,
I thought I sucked.
well, the guard messes with you a little bit. I think we gave too much ice.
Yeah. I think you're right, too.
Because you can hold rocks.
Yeah, right. And we hit it right away because I thought I saw it.
And then and it killed it. The guard makes you think I got to get by the guard, but it's 20 feet higher than it's supposed to be.
Right. Okay. All right, let's go.
Good job.
rock on the way in the 10th end for Team USA. USA are up by a single point. Japan has last rock here in the 10th end. Will it be the final end? Or will we go to an extra end? This stone sliding deep to the back of the 8-foot into the back 12-foot circle. Great chance for Japan to set a corner guard now.
Yeah, now you can see that scoreboard just over these skips' heads. Scores of 2 have been hard to come by since the early portion of the game. In order to make an impact, you need this corner guard. You need it really good.
Lead stones so important all the time, but particularly in the 10th end. Lead stone placement critical. Trying to sweep this deep. Pretty good spot. In a first-up international game for both of these teams, and this has turned into a real interesting game.
It's a fantastic game, and it's scoreboard management. There's been steals, there's been misses, there's been great made shots.
Yeah. Good person drilling the button against 3 in the last end to save the end. Colin Huffman making an incredible double takeout. A bit of everything in this game. Phil Dunker.
4, 5. 4 right now.
Half 4.
Top 8.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
We're looking Canada-Scotland match. That game is tied at 6. The Redstones belong to the Canadians, so Bruce Mowat of Scotland is going to have to draw the 4-foot to score a single point. USA lying 2 stones in the rings.
Yeah, Scotland's going for
crosshouse double. Are they thinking 2 in?
Score 2.
It's brave.
Well, they know the math. Oh, and they were willing to give up 1 there, I think.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Steal of 1 for Canada. They lead at 7-6.
Yeah, they were. That was some math happening there for Mowat and the guys from Scotland.
Score 2 or drop 1, but they almost dropped 2.
Yeah, that I think probably wasn't part of the plan, but
that would have been bad math.
Yeah, the math here is pretty clear. USA is up 1. They do not have the last rock. There's 1 Japanese stone in the rings, and Colin Huffman's going to do what he can to take care of it.
I'll trade your grippers. I just walked out of this one. I was like,
Corner guard at the top of our picture. The stone that the Japanese are hoping to get behind. They put it there for a reason. They would love to draw around there. Is this the time you do it? Or do you hold your patience and wait 1 more shot and hope that the USA doesn't clear?
He's going under. We gotta make some shots.
They're going now.
he was just moving the rocks up.
Ryutaro Chikuya. Sweepers jump it immediately. They think it's light. They're by the guard. Certainly not light. Slides to the back of the rings. I think they had to sweep for line as well.
Yeah, they were. I think they were going for line. That he was a little narrow was the call from Japan skip.
You can go here, but he's just going to play the role.
If we go under, is there a double?
No, not if you're here.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford to go here and leave a double.
Agreed.
So I think we got to go here.
Okay. Yeah. Fine with this.
The USA, this is all about making Japan score 1 and not leaving the Japanese a situation where they could kill 2 American stones, score 2 points, and win the game.
0?
Yeah, I think so. 0 tolerance is 90.
Yeah, and the challenge with this situation is there's no cushion of time. There's no another end potentially for USA.
Yes.
So you know, in an 8th end or a 6th end, you might peel the corner guard and hope to make a double later.
Phil, yep.
You got a good one. Go,
Both of
Phil.
you, go.
Never
T-line.
off it.
Just
Gotta
short of
get
T.
T.
Just short of T. Whoa.
Yep, Phil.
Yep.
Phil, yep.
Yeah,
Whoa,
go,
that's
go,
good. That's good. Sorry,
That's good.
whoa.
That's good. Good shot.
Colin.
He's really wanted it.
All right, we had to do
And
that.
relying on their superhero, Colin Huffman.
Colin's had a really nice game tonight. Japan going to play the freeze. Kuya is going to try to throw the exact same shot that Huffman just threw, sit right in front of it. He's got some curling to do. Now it's making a move. Just want to sit in front. They do not want to bounce. They want to sit right frozen to it. Just fractionally over curled.
I like the corner.
Who's shot?
You knock it an inch, we will be one.
I can't tell.
Shikuya's not sure. Perfect weight.
Yes, we wanted to.
Not sure though.
You make it. It's basically end over.
I think it's red. Just.
We got a corner, don't we? Anyway.
Then you look at the inside and you're
I
not
mean,
so
we
sure.
can guard if we're shot. I
think it's
I
us.
don't know that we're shot.
I think we just have to freeze and tap it on the corner.
I think we're shot, but it's
It's not
close.
worth the gamble, too.
Okay.
What a situation for both teams.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Don't have a ton of time, boys.
Production team is voting red.
We got it, but it's
Huffman
close.
reminding
You
the
wanna
time
look at it
clock
quick
is
and
still
throw it
running.
in?
You've used your timeout already.
What do you like that?
Well, then a guard's pretty good, right?
Guarding what?
That or...
Man, why is it so important that they know
but
who's
then they
shot?
wrap another.
What does that do to shot selection?
Well, it absolutely changes how they approach this situation.
Then they can wrap another.
Well, they wrap another, we guard this.
Yeah.
Because we angle.
Time
if
clock
he
in the
can get to
background.
nose,
USA down to
he can use the back
2:53 on their
once
time
and a
clock.
shooter, and now he's 1
Is
and
this
3.
all bad?
If you run out of time,
That's pretty good.
you lose the game.
That's pretty good.
Then they can just go here.
It's not good.
Well, not if we're here.
Well,
Yeah, USA is going to have to get on this decision making. There's still plenty of time. Remember, it's thinking time, and that clock stops the second a rock goes into play. But
on that again.
They're freezing on it again.
Then we can
Tons of
guard
time,
though.
though.
Yeah.
All right, you like the tap?
tap or just draw.
What do you like?
Japan's got last rock.
All right.
What do you tap? Just go make something.
Phil Dunker says, just go make something.
Yeah.
I like the tap.
Okay.
Is that what we're
Whatever you
playing?
choose, make it.
I like it. Because it makes the angle on any doubles they would have way worse.
I need
too.
a little. Well, that's not even remotely close.
So you
Should
need
let's
like
play. Should we play the outturn?
I like the outturn.
I like the outturn.
a
Little more.
Need an 80?
Edge of 4 at least.
80 out of you.
I think that's close, bud.
What is the play?
I think
How
it's
much
the
handle? I think you
tap.
rope.
That's good.
6, 7.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa.
Weight's close.
Whoa.
We're coming
7.
around.
Whoa.
After a long discussion,
Whoa.
last minute, Rahonen saying,
Whoa.
I want the outturn. Changes the broom, throws the shot.
Colin.
What are we doing?
Yep. Yep. Go now. Go. Go.
the
Gotta
tap.
bump it. Go. Go.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Is it
That's
second
really good. It's
shot,
out
though?
on this.
I'm not sure. Might be shot. Just.
We're definitely 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Colin doesn't seem to be in any doubt. That's pretty confident.
Well, he's been the most right guy all night on the sheet. So
We have to decide.
he
Pretty
also
quickly,
thought he
Rich.
could hold the thing straight once, and it
I
kind of
know.
rolled off
That's
the
why I'm
sheet.
staying down here.
You wouldn't want to guess wrong on who's shot. Redstone in the upper right of our picture, I'm sure is first shot.
yeah, now USA is really talking about their time clock. Japan still has their timeout.
Japan has 3 rocks to come. They don't need to score 3 to win. They just need to score 2. They could freeze their own stone. They've got options. Corner freeze your own. Just get a little bit on the inside of it. Could red double straight back. You might even get some action on the back red. Got really lucky. intriguing game.
Yeah, so Japan's got 4 stones left here. And their choice, they're going to try and make USA pay for leaving that corner guard up there.
Saki Iwai looking to throw another one around that corner guard. But this time, hopefully for the Japanese, getting at least second shot, if not first shot block.
So this is great weight for the little tap if they've got the line.
Just got a bump, they needed to curl. Gets the bump, rolls his own stone to the back of the 8-foot, and the USA is now absolutely certainly lying 2. Disastrous result for Japan.
Yeah, that is, he knows he's frustrated. Just a little too much weight. And now USA's really rushing. I mean, USA's really rushing. Not a lot of chatter. They're in a good position.
You don't want to panic from here. Got pretty good control. Make sure you make your shots. This one, though, sliding, maybe freezable for Japan. Just past the tee line. And we see both teams in a little time trouble, but Japan still has their timeout. They can stop the clock. USA doesn't. They've got 1:34 left. This might be the situation for Team Japan to use their timeout if they haven't already. Have they called timeout? I'm not sure that they have. Japanese bench.
They are looking nervous.
I would be nervous.
The Japanese bench is looking nervous.
Time is running. Now Japan's finally calling timeout, and J.D. Lynch fairly leaps out of his seat.
Yeah, that took quite a long time.
They burned a good 30 seconds there. 1:13 left for Japan on their time clock to play 3 more shots. Good that they can still laugh about their situation.
Yeah, JD goes, you know, let's use the timeout to go set yourself for this shot.
Yeah.
You've only got a minute 13.
Get down there and throw it, guys.
Yeah. That's wise.
It's quality coaching right there, folks.
Yeah. Oh, it's outstanding.
You know it's going to be the freeze. Get down there and get ready to throw it and take your time.
Yeah, the freeze is really the only shot they've got right now. I mean, they could choose to try and smash some stuff and open up the front and create some space.
I like this call. You can afford to move the American stone an inch or 2. This one looks light.
Yeah, and it is just diving over that center line.
Miles away from what they were looking for. Light and tight, the worst combination possible for Japan. In the end, sweeping it off the line of the American stones, but that's an ugly rock. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, that is.
The outturn is not there.
Just unfortunate.
It's easier with this turn.
What do you mean? The outturn, we're flirting with this guard.
J.D. Lynn looks on.
I know, but we're going to be really
Let's
close
play
to this
this.
guard to guard the path. I think the intern's better.
Now for Japan, mentally you're thinking
So what's the time here then for
almost time to stop thinking about winning the game, now just thinking about scoring and getting to an extra end. Things are stacking up badly for Team Japan. Greg Persinger with a chance to slam that door a little more tightly shut.
Yeah, just trying to choke off the access for Japan.
3.
3. Okay, stay with it. 3. 4. Phil.
Yep, go.
No, it's not. Yep, Phil. Yep. Right here. Go, Phil. Go, Phil.
Line's
Nope.
good now.
Whoa,
Persinger with a nice looking guard here. Don't want to bring it too deep.
Great shot.
Great line. Nice shot.
Perfect spot. Nice work.
Both teams moving briskly now as their time is slowly running down. And looking here, Canada, Scotland has the time clock about to run out on Canada's unbeaten record in world curling.
8から9
Scotland with a draw.
3番行こうじゃん
Full 12-foot Bruce Mowat would score 2 to win the game.
Yeah, his Mowat's choice in 9 to try for the double to keep the hammer in the 10th end.
Is that hammer going to be a hammer blow for Scotland to win the game?
Looking pretty significant.
Sweepers just keeping it clean. They just need full 12-foot to win this one. It's looking pretty good. The sweepers are happy. The brushes are going into the air. It is victory for Scotland. 2 points. Scotland win it, 8-7.
And Brad Gushue and Team Canada lose their first game ever at Men's World Championship.
They were unbeaten last year in Edmonton to become world champions. Won their game this afternoon against Russia, but Scotland, Bruce Mowat and company, what a victory.
And on our feature sheet, this is the last rock for Team USA. They are looking good. They are sitting 1, 2, and 3, and there is a cluster of stones in front of the rings. Team Japan's access is going to be challenged. And even more so with this guard. Team Japan looking at probably an angle run-in from the corner.
They can raise the stone at the top left of our picture. They might be able to hit and roll the yellow stone to the left of our picture on the tee line. They need to get a piece of the button to force an extra end. Tough, tough shot. Masaki Iwai turns around to take a look at the time clock. Time is a factor as well. Go Aoki. Very high degree of difficulty shot here. Last stone of the 10th then to try and force an extra end.
They're playing a touch weight here.
It's a tap raise. Are they by the red? Yes, they are. Do they get contact in the American stone? Yes, they do. It's a fantastic shot by Aoki. It's an extra end. Terrific stone. And a high five from Phil Dunker. That's sportsmanship right there. Wow. Brilliant. We're going to extra time. After 10, we're tied at 5.
8ぐらいでいいんじゃないやり方は。
もうね。ちょっとウェイトが遅いと遅すぎて、速いと速すぎる感じのアイスで、下っていうから、センター完全にもう使ってるラインだと完全に噛まれちゃうんですよ。
back in the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Live action at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. USA and Japan are tied at 5. We are in an extra end to decide this one. Hans Frauenberger with N Swiss helmet and that incredible 15-foot angle raise to the button by okay. 18 years of age, first international game ever. Wow.
And it's how he chose to play that angle raise, using a delicate weight, using just enough weight to make the move. This young man, wow, Japan has a fantastic shot maker.
Incredible shot.
Yeah, and now with this center line guard being a little off.
Well, we'd have to go under. So you want to try it?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. You got to play
Make sure
it
the
this
shooter
way.
rolls in.
Yeah, shooter roll in.
Good news for both teams. With an extra end, they both get fresh time clock for the extra end. They're both really tight on their time.
Yeah, and they get an extra timeout.
Tilker, after a bit of discussion, they are going to try the tick shot. They're going to try to move the Japanese stone a little further away.
Yeah, and Phil just set that out a little bit. You could see his release right at the end, just to set it back against the green.
Never mind.
Right up.
Just that little set keeps it wide and goes past the Japanese stone.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was a great weight for the shot. Just, he was a little careful with his trajectory and ended up sliding past. And now Yutaka Aoyama gets a chance to put a long guard right on the center line.
Sweepers backing off. Now they're paying a bit of attention. Want to keep some separation between their stones, reduce the risk of double clears. Sits on the center line. Still in the free guard zone portion of the end. USA cannot throw takeout shots at the guards yet. They can move them, but they can't remove them from play, so Tilker's going to be asked to come around.
Yeah, the way they're lined up for a pretty routine double peel.
Really good.
The way that Colin Huffman's been throwing tonight.
Yeah, he's really been making them all.
Just bite four. Yep, I think so.
USA is going to try to defend by taking positional control right there on top of the forefoot.
USA with the hammer here on the 11th end, the extra end. Thinking, get one in there now. That might be our winning point. Shikuya. Japan's got 2 guards up. They must steal the extra end to win the game. Sweeper's not going near this one. Sure don't want this one into the hack. It's going to go deep. It's going to slide behind the tee line. Not a great result for Japan. You want that one higher in the house. Now's the chance for.
Yeah, they had called for the just to tap the USA stone back, and I think, you probably needed to go around the out-turn side and just put half in the forefoot and get shot underneath your guards, even if it's the outside one, not the perfect one. But now Huffman gets a chance to throw that big power weight.
Trying to kill 2 center guards. Perfect. Great shot by Colin Huffman.
It was cotton, so I played that.
And it just stays off the rings. Bonus.
Incredible game by Colin Huffman so far.
Colin has had a beauty tonight. Very good game. Ryotaro Shikuya. Calling for help. They know they have to get this across that hog line. This stone has to be in play. Just. Again, a long, long guard for Japan. They would have wanted that stone a good 5 feet further forward.
Yeah.
USA will attempt to clear it. Huffman with a little speed wobble coming out of the hack, but corrects. What a game.
There's his game. I was going to say, I think he missed maybe half a shot somewhere early in the game.
And another perfect shot there by Huffman to complete his night's work. It's quite the benchmark to leave yourself for the rest of the week, Colin. Just throw 98 for the rest of the week. Beautiful game.
He's worked really hard to get here. He's going to take advantage of these moments. Now, Japan needs this guard pretty tight.
Saki Iwai. Skip throwing third stones for Japan.
ちょっと外だよ。
At some point, Japan is going to have to deal with that stone thrown by Tilker in front of the forefoot. Not yet. It's a guard.
I like the out.
You can always jam it on the side of next thing, but it doesn't
We
matter.
are in an extra end.
Make it, bud.
We are live from Las Vegas. 361 World Men's Curling Championships, USA versus Japan. Whoever scores in this end wins the game.
Yep. Gotta go.
You're fine.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Just clean. We don't want to jam it. Just
Trahonen.
clean. Watch out.
His turn to play the clear.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Jams.
We're fine. It's out.
Just stays off the rings. Yeah, no problem. No risk of a jam. Oops, there's a jam.
That's fine.
Just wanted to make sure no one stopped that rock.
Stone on the edge. Likely not to be the deciding point of the game, but you never know in curling.
Yeah, at some point, Japan is going to hit that stone on the top of the forefoot. They'll sit 1 and 2, and USA will be looking at a couple of stones in the rings.
Few stones to come yet. Saki Iwai. One more guard.
ちょっと山本さんなら。センターセンター。
Nice guard by Japan.
Half a rock.
Hornan again trying to clear the center guard.
Easy. Yep. 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 Really good, Rich.
Nice clearing by Team USA here in this extra end. Rohan makes 2 clears on the back of Huffman's 2 clears. Let's look at how we got here, the 10th end. Only shot for Japan's Go Aoki, raising that stone. Long guard. Just throwing backline weight. Angle taps it, squeezes it past that stone in the top. Right to the button, stays on the back of the button. What a fantastic shot that was.
It's just the weight he chose to play that. Look, I mean, that is the only way to make that shot. That he barely misses it. Yes, you get to celebrate that. You absolutely get to celebrate that. And even Phil Tilker will come in and join you.
Shot of the tournament on the first day.
That's a beautiful part of this non-interference team sport. You can really respect your opposition's shot making.
Bringing this stone tighter now. Sitting in front of the American stone, hoping for a jam.
Yep. Because then if he hits that, he's not shot. Right. He just knows. You like 10? I mean 10 and a half?
10, 10 and a half.
10, 10 and a half. Be on the 10 side.
Remember, this is the spot. They will move hard at the end.
I know. So we just want to know it's right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 10 and a half, buddy.
Take your time. We have plenty of it.
Team USA talking about leaving their own stone in the back of the forefoot.
Yeah, they want to
Question
leave
there
it.
is, do you leave something for Japan to use?
They leave it on the side. I'd like to see them kind of roll to the outside a little bit. I appreciate being shot 1 and 2, but
1-point wins you the game.
Close. Yep. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Right there. All right, great shot.
That's where they wanted to leave it.
We're good. Great stone, Greg.
You couldn't have done better.
Great stone.
Couldn't have done better.
So now Japan, you have to be lying one after this shot, otherwise the game is over. How do you get there? What's the best place to leave your shot? Do you draw? Do you hit the American stone and roll? That seems to be what they're favoring.
ヒットロールはない。
あ
ヒットロール。
赤丸々でしょ。
それでも記憶でしょ
Yeah, so that's the scenario.
You could draw to the back of the forefoot and still be shot.
Let's go. Yeah. Trying to wrap just around.
Yeah, so they're going with a straight draw.
I think that's the best shot. I agree. Go Aoki. And he pull another one out of the bag. Trying to draw the back of the button. Force a difficult last shot for Team USA. Have to get by those stones in the front, though. Are they by? Yes, they're by. They go to the back of the forefoot. Couldn't do much better than that. Could have swept it another rock's distance to get a little extra curl, but Japan are forcing USA to throw the last shot. What an impressive debut for Go Aoki.
Absolutely steely performance, and now look at that. Look at the lineup.
You like the outer?
I'm fine with either. Yeah, you just can't.
I like the end.
You either follow the stone down like Aoki just threw,
That's a fantastic shot.
He just anywhere off nose.
or you're trying to double raise. Yellow, red, yellow.
Nice shot.
From the out or the in?
And
Okay.
got this. Inch high. You got this.
Kind of weight you throwing, buddy.
So they need just on
The brush side.
the brush side of the nose.
If it curls across, the angles will be wrong, and Japan could steal to win. Final rock, extra end, Greg Persinger.
Pop that a little bit.
Yep. Yes.
Hard, Colin.
Trying a double raise for the win. 1, 2, picks it out, USA. Extra end win, what a fantastic game. Went right down to the last. Japan made Persinger throw an incredibly good shot for the win. Persinger delivers, USA, the home team, 6-5 winners versus Japan. What a finish. Eighth end. Red stones belong to the USA. Go Aoki. Trying a double takeout. 1, 2, spills his own, leaves his stone sitting. Third shot, what a fantastic stone by Go Aoki. Last stone now coming up for USA's Greg Persinger
No, at 86, no. 5-6.
needs to draw full 4-foot to score a point, but is going to come up fractionally light. It's a steal for Japan, tying the game at 4. Ninth end. 3 Japanese stones facing Greg Persinger. His last rock needs to draw the 4-foot. Huffman, Tilker, brushing it, coast to coast, right on the button. USA score a point. Last stone of the 10th end. A seemingly impossible situation for Go Aoki, trying a 15-foot angle tap. And look at this. Sensational shot. Forcing an extra end. Tied at 5. In the extra end, USA running Japan off the board, taking it by a final score of 6-5 over Japan. Wrapping up our matches from session 2, Norway 10-4 winners over Italy. USA with a thrilling 6-5 victory over Japan. Scotland ending Canada's unbeaten run with an 8-7 win over Canada. And Sweden 7-3 winners over Switzerland. So here are the standings. Sweden leading the table, 2 wins, no losses. China, Korea, Norway, Scotland, USA all at 1-0. Canada falls to 1-1. Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Russia, and Switzerland all looking for their first win here in Las Vegas.
Congratulations, Richie. That was an outstanding win. How did that feel?
Felt great to win it like that, but they made a lot of great shots on us when we had them, and it's just, but you got to get that big win and have Greg make that last shot. Gives us a lot of confidence, gives him a lot of confidence. I think that's good because we all missed some shots there. We didn't have our A game, but we pulled one out, and that's what you got to do at this level.
So what was it like? Yeah, you're the oldest player versus that youngest player. How'd that feel when you made that amazing angle raise on you guys?
It was crazy. That's probably a 5%er at best. You could throw it probably 20 times, maybe make it once, and he made it perfect. So, I turned to him and said, nice shot, and I think Phil gave him a high five, and what are you going to do? I was there. Even his last shot is unbelievable. Draw a back button around one that's in the top 4. It was perfect. So he played well.
But you guys played a little bit better, and you take a win. What will it be like for you guys tomorrow?
It'll be great. This is a tough day for us because when we have back-to-back games tomorrow morning, so it's basically 3 in a row. So we got to go home, get some rest, and come out. We're happy. We pulled out one. Those are the games that if you lose, it's tough, and to win it feels great. So we're ready to go. All
right. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic evenings of curling here in Las Vegas. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. On behalf of our entire production team, for Ann Swisshelm, I'm Hans Frauenlund. Thank you very much, and good night from Las Vegas.